Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right, introduction time.
Hello, my name is Joe. I play Luke Hammond, the Green Pit Viper Ranger and the Dimension Storm team leader.
My name is James, and I play Charlie, the Yellow House Cat Ranger.
I'm Javi. Wait, no. I'm Juan. I play Javi.
It's like a running bit at this point that you have to fuck up every time.
Dude, I didn't even mean to. I was legit muted and then actually did the intro well.
Hey, we're not done yet.
My name is Lila, and I play Julie, the Pink Ranger.
And hi, my name is Jay. I'm the DM, and I play literally everyone else. And welcome back to Power Rangers Dimension Storm. We are going to have our resident recapper, James, recap the last session.
Julie wanted to speak with Orion and Hayakawa to make sure that they wouldn't tell the rest of the group what she was doing before she was pulled away from her universe. Orion respects Julie's wishes, and they had a talk. And Hayakawa, on the other hand, I mean, he was just too distracted to recall what was even said during their first meeting. So, seems like she's in the clear. Luke checks on Julie, who performs a random backflip off the pool table, prompting Luke to caution her against such antics. Luke advises Julie to take her health seriously, but she's just an unhinged person. Julie asks about kimchi and suggests a shopping trip, during which they plan for a Thanksgiving feast. During their grocery trip, they encounter the Lone Ranger and Marcus at the grocery store discussing a stakeout against the Balban pirate demons. Julie engages in a bizarre conversation with the Lone Ranger, testing his Korean language skills. Julie expresses concerns about Marcus being a Psycho Ranger, as she has had very negative experiences with them before. Apparently, one killed the love of her life. Luke tries to reassure Julie about Marcus's current alliance with them against a common threat. That night, the Lone Ranger calls saying that he hasn't detected any alien pirate activity. Hobbs spent the night at the Lone Ranger's place, the Copperhead, while Luke had a nightmare involving ominous figures and the Death Ranger showing up again. Mainly now, the scene of Marcus's foreseen death may be at the hands of the Hulk. Julie stays up all night making hangover stew. The next day, we have Javi's wrestling night. Javi fights Jake the Snake Roberts, with Charlie and Lone Ranger accompanying him into the ring. Despite Charlie's interference with the steel chair, Javi still loses the match, prompting the Lone Ranger to attack Jake, overall putting one hell of a show for the crowd. Vince McMahon offers a contract to Charlie, who declines, and Javi shows off his new ride. He's got a new car. They go to a nightclub to celebrate and dance, where Troy then shows up, confronts Marcus in the corner. Marcus and Troy leave abruptly, causing concern among the group. Then Lone Ranger morphs and rushes out of the club, followed by the rest of the team, preparing to chase after Marcus and Troy. And that was episode 26 of Power Rangers Dimension Storm.
Hell yeah, Power Rangers Dimension Storm. So, if I remember correctly, what y'all are going to do, since y'all have the Lone Ranger's communicator tied to y'all, so y'all can track him, and y'all are going to wait for him to stop moving, and then y'all are going to teleport on him, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yep.
I
All
think
right.
that was. Luke is intoxicated heavily,
Yes,
so this is going to be
and-
fun.
Just remember, you do have a snag on physical and mental activities, so basically everything.
Yep. This is going to be great.
Are y'all even trying to move, or y'all just standing outside waiting for the Lone Ranger to
We're
move?
doing a Ginyu style pose.
It's the Ginyu Force!
Luke would have his communicator thing up and trying to keep track of like where Lone Ranger is headed at least.
But
Okay.
your vision is blurred, so you can't. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, he can focus it enough on the thing, probably. So, like, what direction is he heading at least?
Lone Ranger, let me grab his token real quick, was currently heading this way towards the square. So, as he continues to move, eventually he gets to the square, a little bit to a different section of the square, He moves around a little bit, and now he's just stopped.
He stopped moving in the square. He's like on the side heading towards Carl's house. So what direction is that? Point is he's in the square.
Northwest. Let's do it,
someone-
guys. We got no time to lose.
I just noticed someone put Coral's house instead of Carl's house.
Yeah.
Damn
Damn it, Coral.
So are y'all going to teleport or drive to the square?
Drive. Or some of us. I'll if we can't all fit. I'll just.
You got
Oh,
two
I know.
cars. You got two
Right.
We
cars.
have 2 cars.
Oh
Yeah.
We gotta drive, man. We got no time to lose.
We also don't want to raise suspicion by teleporting. It would be kind of weird if we all just teleported all of a sudden, probably.
People the 70s don't give a shit, and like we don't care. It doesn't matter. Like right now, Marcus could go on a murder spree. Troy could fuck up real bad. I'm willing to do anything to get there faster, and I don't think the people in the 70s give a shit.
Let's at least duck into the alleyway. Let's say we duck into the alleyway and teleport.
Okay, yeah, that's faster. I'm down with that.
Okay.
idea.
Is everyone on board with that?
I'm good with it.
What do we see as we land?
Nothing.
Nothing. We see LR though, yeah?
Yeah, if y'all look for him, you can find him.
Do an
It's
alert
just
check.
Just kind of pacing around, back and forth.
Can I move
I
my
don't- I-
character?
I don't think it would be that hard to see him.
Yeah, that's a tree, so we'd be able to see around the tree. Luke is making his way as best as he can.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past my hometown.
Avi, what are you doing?
Bobby's just going.
Does anybody see
Just
anything
trying
yet?
to get.
Yeah, Charlie's moving, zigzagging around.
Scanning the area.
They all know where he is. He's
Oh.
over there.
We're looking for him.
Did y'all say that y'all saw him?
They
Yes.
did not. They just
Yes.
walked up.
I thought y'all were like, I think we would be able to, but I didn't think anybody's.
Yeah, no, I said it'd be pretty easy. I wasn't gonna make y'all roll for it.
Let's do it, guys.
So he's kind of just like pacing back and forth and like touching stuff on his communicator, kind of murdering to himself, and y'all walk up.
LR, what's the sitch?
Oh, the sitch. Well, it's not particularly good.
Where's Marcus and Troy?
I lost them.
Fucking fantastic! Fuck.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. The way that I
You-
communicate with Marcus, he turned it off, and y'all wouldn't happen to have a connection to Troy's communicator, would you?
Would we?
Yeah, we synced up to all their shit like in the first week that we met them.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did, didn't we?
Yeah, y'all did.
We should. Give Luke like fiddles with his communicator to see if he can pull up Troy's location.
You can see everybody else in Life Force except for Troy.
Yeah, he's gone dark.
And there's no possible way we can perhaps, I don't know, do anything about that. I mean, we can't. Maybe one of the other Life Force members can perhaps do something to make it trackable.
Jackie's smart.
She
I-
shot me twice.
Well, you don't come with us, and maybe we can get some headway on that.
Well,
I don't
that's
think she'd
true.
shoot at us.
But she wouldn't expect me, now would she?
You're right. You should
I
go,
don't think.
you should go talk.
I
to
don't
Jackie.
think. We don't have time for this.
You're right. Damn. Okay, fine. Go talk to Jackie. What about Carl or Ben, Banner? Anybody besides Jackie?
Banner could definitely figure something out. He's super smart.
Isn't he just hanging out in the base?
Oh, I don't know.
Last time I checked, yeah.
All
I
right,
think
that's where we're going. And Luke just teleports to the base. Luke went, at least. I don't know if anyone else.
Julie would,
I followed. Yeah.
Julie would follow. Would she even be able to go there?
Yeah, you got
Uh,
our coordinates probably set up in there.
Yeah, you'd be able to follow.
Okay.
Luke lands and he just goes tumbling as best as he can into where the lab is.
Okay, so y'all land and y'all start running. So you all teleport in one after another. Luke immediately storms that way. Where is Julie? Who's following Luke? Who's following Luke?
Julie.
Okay. Kawa's gonna go there as well. Charlie, and Javi, where are y'all going? What are y'all doing?
To the fucking kitchen.
We're gonna need food. No,
Charlie went to the kitchen.
no. I'm checking the cots, the bedrooms.
Okay. You do find a sleeping Carl.
Lion, wake up! We got a situation.
Oh, hey. Charlie, is that you?
Holy catnap, Lion Man! It's a good thing we ran into you.
He just kind of looks at you.
It is me, old chum.
Yes. What? Why are you here? It's late, isn't it?
Listen, we were celebrating a victory at the nightclub when Troy walked in and provoked Marcus, and they both ran off.
Oh, God damn it, cat boy.
That's my sentiments exactly, Lion Man. Where's Jackie and Banner? We're gonna need their help to track down Troy.
Banner's sleeping in the science room where he always sleeps. Jackie, I don't know. We might have to try to talk to her. I've gotten more luck with Ben in the last few weeks than I have Jackie, though, I have to admit.
Any help would be a great service to us right now.
Well, Catboy, I don't know if you're aware or not, but Ben isn't much of a fighter.
Neither was I, Lion Man, but look at me now.
That is true, although you could use to get a little more muscle on you. You still look like one big wind gust, and you'll blow right away.
Well said, Lion Man. I'll start my calisthenics on the morrow.
All right, I'll get out of this bed and get some clothes on. And he's just butt-ass naked.
Holy shit, let's get the hell out of here.
I'll catch up to you, Catboy! Catboy!
I'm gone already. Babe, I've seen some things.
I don't think this is gonna work out between us.
I've changed my mind on some stuff.
God.
Fun fact, when they were all teenagers in the Life Force team sleeping in this exact same room, that was still a problem for Carl. Carl always slept naked.
What the fuck, Carl?
He's a crazy man. He's a crazy man.
I love Carl. Anyways, yeah, Luke comes stumbling into the fucking lab and goes over here.
Yeah.
Dr. Banner!
Luke?
We have a fucking situation. Troy's probably gonna get himself killed by Marcus, and we can't track him. Can you turn on his tracker on his communicator? We're trying to find him.
I can definitely try, and I have to say this is definitely a lot better than I thought this conversation was gonna go. The last time I had to deal with Marcus and the cowboy man, and just like behind you, it's just Lone Ranger leaning on the table, wiggling his fingers in the hello fashion. Just okay, but this isn't gonna have to result in me fighting Marcus again, is it?
No. If we can just get to him, and deal with it ourselves, we're going to. We just need you to turn his tracker back on because we can't find him.
Now hold on a minute. Don't count yourself out just yet. Because in my experience, multiple times, usually the best solution to a big problem is usually the simplest solution. So, that being said, if Troy is turned into paste and Marcus is not stopping, I will be back.
Can we please not think about that right now? I don't want to deal with the fucking shit that I dreamt about happening.
Well, you have dreams, don't you?
Oh, fuck, I said that out loud. Dr. Banner, can you turn on his tracker, please?
I'm getting up. I'm getting up. You're gonna have to give me a moment. If you shut it down, I'm gonna have to basically restart the whole system and boot up and hope to God Troy doesn't immediately turn it off again. So you'll probably have a small window if he's not busy, whatever he's doing, that he doesn't immediately turn it back off.
I imagine if he's dealing with Marcus, he's probably pretty preoccupied. I'm gonna sit down.
It's gonna take. I'm going as fast as I can, but this is going to take a minute. Mr. Hayakawa, if you would like, you could try to help me do this a little bit quicker. And Hayakawa just jumps over the desk and immediately just gets over there and starts helping him reboot the system. Carl just like stammers all through, putting his pants up, putting a belt on. All right, are we ready to go?
Who are you?
I'm Lion Man.
His name's Carl. He's really cool.
Where's Charlie?
Making sandwiches in the break
Making
room.
sandwiches.
All right, fine. Jesus Christ. She could tell you're stress eating.
I'm not eating them. I'm getting them ready just in case we're hungry later.
He's stress sandwich making.
We need to be at full strength.
I'm gonna have Julie go over to Jiraiya and just have a side conversation while all this is happening.
While
Okay,
Charlie's
leave.
not paying attention, Javi's eating the sandwiches.
I'm like, that's 2. And there's like, no, that's 3. And I look over and there's no sandwiches.
Hey, cowboy.
Which
Huh.
one?
Not you.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't trust you. You give off bad vibes, bro.
I tell you, I find that offensive. Jiraiya's like, yeah, what's up?
So what's the situation going on here? Cause seemed a little bit weird atmosphere going on.
I'm sorry. I don't really know if I'm the person you should be asking. I mean, I was stranded here with them for the week. As far as I can remember, what's going on is that do you know comics at all? Actually, I don't know if I should be the one telling you that. That's kind of personal. But then again, we all know, and it would. So, if you ever read a comic book from like Marvel, that guy over there is the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, I never had time to read comics.
Well, he gets really big and green and basically unkillable. And apparently, he fought the Psycho Ranger that Marcus that we are trying to be. We tolerate him, and apparently he won. And now Troy, who was also on this team, he was the Black Ranger. He's probably pissed off because Marcus went 1v2 on 2 of their other members. One who was thought to be dead, the original Green Ranger. One was their Red Ranger, who was an alternate version of Marcus, but he had a different last name and he wasn't half Asian. And he died because he chose to die, and the other one was technically already dead because Charlie broke his sword, and that made him die faster. And then also the Marcus, not Marcus, the Life Force Marcus died because he saw a vision of Marcus and everyone in some place or whatever, and he wanted that to come to fruition because of reasons. And so, yeah, I'm pretty sure Troy's just mad because he probably thinks Marcus is basically the one responsible for both of their deaths. seeing as he was the one fighting them, even though Charlie's basically the one that killed Ed.
I'm gonna be glad I'm not in that room, homie.
What are you gonna do against God?
What's a god to a non-believer?
So yeah, I think that covers it. Did you get all that?
Yeah. Y'all really just kind of take the shit and strew it everywhere, don't y'all?
Yeah, we do.
So, like, what's your gimmick? What can you do?
I'm a ninja. So ninja stuff like transmorphification. I can change my size, turn into basically anything. I'm super quick, and my strikes are precision based, so I can hit vital points. I've got a bow and arrow. I've got a really cool sword, a lightning sword, and I've got these shinobi knuckles that increase my strength and damage output. And basically, I mean, when we were here last time before we left, I disguised myself as a trash can for like a few hours.
Charlie comes back into the room and sits beside Luke on the cot.
All right, that's interesting.
And right before you came, I was trying to show Charlie how to grow giant, but he's not ready yet because apparently,
No need to talk about that.
yeah, you're right. But apparently, me and Charlie have the same powers. Just we are from different universes. But when I looked up in the library about Rangers, I saw that they were called Alien Rangers, and they have my suit and my friend's suits. But apparently, they don't have our powers, and Charlie has the powers from a different. It just seems like whatever universe, whatever is controlling this multiverse, doesn't know how to have good writing.
Damn.
Well, sometimes fate and destiny are shit at directing their own narratives, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it's really confusing.
Oh yeah, Charlie.
We also
go
met they also got to meet Batman. I didn't get to do that because Orion kept me on the ship because he was afraid. Stuff made me mad.
Who's Batman?
You
You don't know who Batman is?
I didn't have a childhood to enjoy. I'm sorry that offends you.
Technically, Carl and Banner probably don't know who Batman is either. She's not the only person in the room.
a man based off of bats. You could never catch me wearing something like that. And the Lone Ranger just like leans over and just kind of like stares directly into the camera.
Stares into the camera like he's on The Office.
Just cuts to the Lone Ranger in like a different part of this area, like a chair, like a window behind him, just like, now that was for the people at home. How did I get here? I can't get out. It's just a void and a camera in front of me.
Just him yelling and trying to break the window with the chair and it won't work.
Guys, help!
I love that. I love that there was just an Office cutaway.
But anyway, is there any other questions you have, Julie, for Jiraiya?
Nah, that's it.
Okay. All right. So, anything else? Anyone
I was just gonna say, when Charlie sits on the bed next to Luke, Luke's leg is vibrating at the speed of sound. Like he's tapping his foot so fucking fast, like watching these two.
Drunk? I bet
Yes,
no, this probably sobered Luke up. I mean, we didn't really have that much time to drink.
And this whole situation might have sobered him up.
even when I'm intoxicated, I can tap my fucking foot super fast.
Didn't you like fumble your conditioning though?
I mean, yeah, but like anxiety will make your body do a lot of things. That doesn't mean I'm sober. It just means my fucking legs tapping.
Oh, eat
Can I,
one of
like-
Charlie's sandwiches.
Can I rub your back and offer you a sandwich in these trying times? I'm just kind of like doing circular motions on the back of your shirt.
Luke just looks at the sandwiches, looks at Charlie, looks at the sandwiches, and just I don't think I should eat anything right now. It'll probably just come back up.
I hand them to Javi. What's up, girl? You need something?
She's just gonna sit on your leg.
Oh shit. Hey, I'm rubbing her back too, I guess.
But anyway, so Banner and Hayakawa, you hear him talking, and Hayakawa's like, "All right, you guys need to look at all your communicators and hope to God one of y'all sees it in case he, decides to
Yep.
probably get himself killed."
Yep, Luke's got it. He's on it. Everyone's on it.
Banner says, "All right, and here we go. It's resetting, and check it now." And y'all see that Troy is at the docks.
Do we have a pinpoint location? Exactly.
A general location. He did turn it back off.
Okay. Docks is good enough for me.
Wait, let's morph before we head out.
Yeah, you'll get a bonus if you all morph right now.
Yep. And that'll help sober Luke up faster.
All right, let's start from the top. All right, Luke, let's go.
Wait.
Happen to the Fury, Nature Fury, Green Pit Viper.
Just Turbo Ghost Tommy. Why don't he want me, man?
Let me think. Okay, we're going to the
I
doll.
love LC, and I like the sword. I use the sword, and I love
Yeah.
LC.
All right, if you're not gonna go next, Charlie, Javi, you can go if you'd like.
Javi's just gonna go grab his stomach and be like, I shouldn't have ate all those sandwiches, and then morph.
Okay, so it's your regular power.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Carl is gonna go Life Force activate Lion Man. He doesn't even say lion power. He just says Lion Man. That's his whole thing.
I love him.
I love him so much. Oh my God.
Jiraiya pulls out his Duron changer. Kaku Ranger, Ninja Black. He's got the little peace sign. He's so cool.
I'll do one, I guess. It's morphin' time. Companion convert. Yellow house cat.
That's the spirit cat boy. All right, Julie, it's your turn.
Okay.
Make sure to describe it too.
Okay. Look, give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, so she's gonna go. It's morphin' time. So she does a backflip, and it's kind of like a anime girl transformation when she turns into her form.
Yeah.
So that basically happens. She lands. She does like the little heart thing that Korean K-pop stars do, and she's like, "Pink Ranger, power, Korean fox."
Is that what it looks like when I morph?
It's kind of similar to that.
All right, guys, let's hope we don't all die a painful, horrible death. I believe in us. She does like a thumbs up.
Javi just looks at her and goes, I like her.
I'm a little scared now. I don't like how she went from like, I don't want to be here, hot topic, to excited to be at band camp.
Yeah, there's
Everything is
that.
aesthetic.
If you say so. And then Hayakawa, of
like
course,
this.
is going to stand aside, pull out his K-Tizer. K-Tizer! MEGA Mega. And boom. And then Hieda's just going to look at y'all. And I thought about this in detail, how I wanted this to go, just because it gives her a little something. She doesn't have any powers, yada yada. So, and like I guess like a Disney, like kind of like magic girl, like Sailor Moon, like Disney princess, she puts like her right hand above her head, and ice like snowflakes start to sprinkle over her, and then she turns like a light blue, and then like her wings come out and everything, and boom, she's back to her monster form.
I love that.
Hell yeah.
What I pictured was her unveiling herself wrapped in her wings.
That's pretty cool too. And then so you all transform, and Lion Man's like, all right, so we ready to go?
Luke stands up. Yep. Okay.
And hold on a minute, not everybody transformed. Hold on a second. Low Ranger pulls out a Crowd Pod. All right, Banner, come here.
No.
No, 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 no.
All right, Banner. Come here.
I get in between him.
Just Hayakawa and Charlie keeping him back. Juan, you'll understand this reference. It's like when fucking Key and the Slap S one when they're like holding him back and he's like screaming,
No slap pass. No slap. And he'd be like, one of us got like his arm pinned against the wall, so he puts the way that.
"I'll get you one day, Banner. I'll get you one day." But anyway, so yeah, they kind of hold him back. He's like, "All right, fine. Jesus Christ, let's go to the damn docks and hope Troy isn't dead." All right, everybody. So y'all all teleport to the docks.
And hope that Marcus is dead.
You all
Somehow Troy prevailed.
teleport to the docks, and Banner. It's just like,
Oh.
okay. He goes and he grabs a wheelie chair and he sits in front of the thing. I might as well stay up. Hope to God I don't have to try to convince Jackie to go to the docks. So y'all teleport down, and y'all kind of can't, you got the ocean crashing against the docks and everything, yada
No
yada yada.
hesitation. He's running in.
You don't even know where you're going.
It's fine. He remembers that the guy he met here that he sent on a journey to discover
It's
himself.
a different docks. It's a different set
it?
of docks. Yes.
Javi
Let
here.
Jay set the scene. Let Jay set the scene.
Yeah, let me
Javi
set
hears.
the scene.
What now?
That's what Javi hears, so he runs over
Okay.
there.
Oh God, they're really going at it. He's like, I gotta help Troy. Comes walking back.
So y'all
He
drop
doesn't need
down.
help.
It's dark. You can hear the crashing of the waves against it, and then you just hear like violent grunts and like someone getting fucking absolutely just slammed up against a wall, and just getting torn down crates. Crate. You can hear the breaking of wooden crates and the sound of like things hitting the ground, and then you can just hear like grunts followed by heavy sounding hits. Just absolutely heavy. Like you can. Some of y'all probably can almost feel it, if not taste it.
Oh,
Especially Luke.
yeah, yeah. Luke is sobering up pretty quickly now.
You ready to feel the fury, motherfucker?
It just gets uppercutted again by both of them this time.
It's double Taco Bell bong.
Now, if I remember correctly, Julie, don't you have something that might help the team before going into a fight? I don't remember. Something.
I mean, if you want, she could just sing a little chorus from like a really poppy song to give
Yeah, let's do
encouragement.
that. Yeah, let's give everybody a little bit of encouragement. Let's see if she can encourage all of y'all to also gain advantage.
What's the difficulty?
Just roll. We'll see.
Okay.
Oh. So let's unless you want to use a story point to re-roll
Story
that,
point?
we can say you're a little bit rusty. It's up to you.
She's a little bit rusty. Like it's been a hot minute. She's has a little, like a slight bit of depression, and that coma still hitting her pretty hard. So
We get negative inspiration.
Y'all lose a story point. Not really, but so Julie, do you say that she's just really awkward about this, not hitting her notes, just kind of weird about it, I guess. However
she's
you wanna
trying
say.
really hard. She's trying really hard, but like it's just not in it. She's not into it.
Okay, so y'all watch as this as she's like, let me sing y'all a song, and then it's just like
Wait, what?
horrible. It's just really bad. And she's not sure if she wants to dance or not, so she'll like kind of start, and then she'll just like go back to just like standing still. y'all aren't sure what just happened, but you know what? He had as a supporter, and she's clapping. He had liked it.
Charlie's clapping.
After watching everyone clap, Javi's gonna clap as well. Like what just happened?
That was awesome.
All right, so now y'all are ready to go for whatever. Y'all hear someone getting their ass beat. So if y'all want to follow that sound.
Jesus, Javi.
Tell us when to stop, how close we get.
So it would be about where Luke is right now, where y'all would see it, and y'all would probably stop for a second. So Javi, back up.
Javi didn't stop. No.
So you'll come across the corner and y'all see Troy just like beating the tar out of Marcus.
Oh god.
Does it look like Marcus is even trying to fight back?
Marcus is trying, but something's wrong with Marcus.
Okay, this is our time. I don't think he could take on all of us at once. Let's get in there, guys.
Marcus, something appears to be wrong with Marcus. Y'all see as Troy takes him up against some crates, the crates obviously breaking with the force against it. And then Troy just easily throws him back down. And it appears as if Marcus is too weak to even like try to get up. As Troy is basically goading him, saying, "All right, come on, get up." You did all that. You went to turn into a giant bird and everything, and for what? Now get up. And Marcus appears as if he is literally struggling, and he does not know why.
Aura pull Troy away. Towards me.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Personal
Then I'd throw him right back at Marcus. No.
Okay. Now Troy is not a willing participant.
That's fine.
He is definitely not going to go easy, so this is not going to be a free thing. But you are using a personal power.
I'm gonna stand like here, so when he comes close, I'll call out to Javi to grab him if he does get close. Come on, baby, don't get 16.
16.
Oh,
Damn!
yeah! Fuck yeah! You
Literally
almost
1-0.
didn't get him.
I'm gonna call out to Javi to grapple him, to just grab him.
Wait, so where is he going to end up at?
Like
Right in front of Luke and Javi.
Yeah.
So y'all aren't aware of this, but Charlie, didn't you say like Charlie sticks his hand out when he does like the force?
It's sort of like a Care Bear stare where like I put my chest out. It can be my hand. It really doesn't matter. I actually probably don't even have to do anything to have it.
You really don't. But so we'll do.
But I'll hold my hand out if it's more of a forceful.
Without saying anything, Charlie pulls his hand up, and then like y'all can see that Troy's a bit of a blur, and he kind of stays there for a second. And Charlie, you're starting to think to yourself, "Oh shit!" But then Troy just appears in front of y'all, and he is heavily confused.
While he's confused, I'm just gonna fucking like bear hug him and be like,
Would I be able to cast a spell?
You could, if you would like.
I whisper in Troy's ear as I'm bear hugging him. You're taking damage from behind.
Okay. I'm going to cast Fog of Desire.
Okay.
Okay, and that's going to be for performance, correct? Or is it culture?
Yeah. Okay. It depends. Is this more of a spell or a ritual?
I'd say probably more of a spell.
So you don't really have to roll anything. You just have to lose 3 of your points.
Okay.
That's an AoE.
Yeah,
isn't
but
it?
It doesn't affect everybody. It within a range.
It affects the enemies only.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hostiles only.
Do you see the spell points above your head?
Yes. Okay. And I need to take 3 off that?
Yeah, you just hit -3 when it pops up. And then so you don't have to roll anything. Fog of Desire, targets will have to beat a DC of the caster's willpower. So he'll have to beat another 16. It will say if this succeeds, Javi, you won't have to roll anything to hug him. So let's see what this does first. And if he doesn't beat this, then you just get to grapple him for free.
Cool.
But if not, then you're gonna have to roll.
Okay.
Wait, what does the spell do?
If it was,
it causes someone to see their deepest desire. It's not like sexual or anything.
Just anything that they would want,
Yeah.
Unless their deepest desire is sex, then yes.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Troy's deepest desire is to get revenge.
What the fuck is he doing?
He's gonna see Javi as Marcus and start beating the shit out of him.
Okay, so it doesn't work in a way like that. This is it's the deepest desire that's going to basically make them to where they aren't going to move. It's basically you're so lost.
They're in a catatonic state.
Okay.
Yeah.
They get put in a catatonic state, basically.
He can imagine he's still beating up Marcus and probably the rest of y'all, but that's not what's actually happening.
Okay, cool.
So, if you want to describe how this spell works, Lila, while I roll this, you can.
So around everything, suddenly a giant like cloud of pink mist kind of like pulls around everyone in like a 20-foot radius. You can still see through it, but it's kind of like a little bit misty. Unlike for the enemy, it's very like dense and foggy.
So you do this right as Troy pops up, and Troy turns around and goes to swing, but he gets condensed in the fog. And yes, Troy's biggest desire is to just fight Marcus. So for Troy, the fog is like there, but he just starts swinging and starts hitting all of y'all, and then uses like Charlie to beat Marcus to death. He picks Charlie up by his leg and then just starts Hulk slamming him on top of Marcus.
God. I thought me and Troy liked each other. He'd be using Luke.
Yeah, you're right. He would be using Luke. So that's what he's imagining. But Troy instantly just kind of like relaxes and seems like a zombie. So Javi, if you still want to grab him,
go check on Marcus.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna just grab him and just be like, "You're all right. Come on, let's go," and put him over my shoulder.
It belongs in a museum.
What the fuck? Anyways, Luke's gonna cautiously approach Marcus.
I take that back. I'm Princess carrying Troy, so when he wakes up.
Okay, so y'all are dealing with that. We'll say, y'all kind of like surround Troy just in case this doesn't go well.
Maybe we should also. There's a lot of us. We could maybe secure the area a little bit, spread out.
Okay, Hiet is actually gonna fly up and try to surveil the area from a high above. So she's gonna be up in the air.
That's so hot.
Jiraiya is just gonna stay here. With that, I guess, yeah, Hayakawa is just gonna. No one wants to touch Marcus. No one really likes him. So I forgot about Lone Ranger. Holy shit. He's not even here. I forgot to put him down. Hold on.
He had to stop at the 7-Eleven.
So
Had to go get a big slushie.
Lone Ranger's gonna, with his big slushie apparently, is also gonna go towards Marcus as well as you'll hold Troy. So Luke, you and the Lone Ranger approach Marcus, and Marcus is like on the ground and not. He's fucked. He doesn't know what the fuck hit him. Hey, you don't look so good, partner. The same hell happened. I expected to be the other way around. If I was a betting man, I would have lost 3 of my kids' college fund. All 3 of them. Maybe. Marcus trying to get himself up. He cheated. He fucking cheated me. I don't know what he's doing, but it's draining me.
What do you mean it's draining you? What does he have on him?
I don't know. It has to be something. This isn't normal. I can barely even move. I was fine at first and then something changed. I noticed my attacks were doing nothing. I couldn't touch him. And now here I am. I don't know what he has on him. Then again, it may not even be him. This might be a coincidence. Someone could be laying a trap for us.
LR, check the area out. Keep your eyes peeled.
Are you sure about that?
I don't mean like leave. I just mean keep an eye out while I deal with this.
Deal with what? Don't you dare fucking touch me. I may not be in good shape, but I will still refuse medical help.
You'd rather lay here agonizing than me help you.
Yes.
Luke just crosses his arms and stares down at Marcus.
Look, partner, I gotta agree with this one. You're not in the best of shape. If you can just get the device or whatever he's using or find it and destroy it, I can regenerate. I'll be fine. It's not like I'm dying here. If you
Am I
had been a
close
little
enough?
bit
That I heard that. Sorry.
potentially. Well, yeah, you'd probably be close enough. He's shouting it. You're good.
I'll just turn around and be like, "Y'all check his pockets or anything. See if he has any sort of weird device on him, like a foreign device that we've never seen."
Okay.
Lion Man, check him out. He's
I'm
your
checking.
friend.
I'm checking his pockets. He's got a massive weapon between. That's not a weapon.
Oh,
Oh,
Lion Man.
So, anyone who's going to be searching, I guess Javi's got him hold. So Lion Man will do the searching.
Hayakawa would probably be.
Carl doesn't see shit, so I will be having Hayakawa roll. And maybe Jiraiya if Hayakawa fails too. Come on, Hayakawa. Damn!
Hayakawa has eyes of fucking the hawk.
He
Carl-
eats his carrots.
Carl is just like, I can't find anything, and Hayakawa's like, hold on, let me try to help you out here. So Hayakawa finds what appears to be a remote of some kind of remote control. It's got a tiny little screen on it. It's got buttons and everything, numbers, and a little antenna sticking out of the top. And he finds it and he says, "This doesn't look like it really belongs on his person." Carl immediately sees it and says, I know that device. We used that way back in the day to help drain a monster of his negative energy so we could put him down." Oh, Troy. Come on. Hayakawa's like, yeah, this is definitely it, but where's the device? This isn't exactly, he has it set up somewhere. I don't know if I can, maybe I can find it with this. What kind of device are we looking for, Carl? Well, you see, it's a bit of like a satellite dish, and it's connected to a few components that are rectangular in design. It'll look like a lot of the equipment back at the lab. Unfortunately, it also has a cloaking mechanism. Wow, y'all had cloaking way back in the 70s? You know, I'm not going to question it. There's a giant green monster in your basement. So, yeah, I guess everyone just split up and start looking for distortions of light. That's the best way I can describe it. I'm going to try to do my best from here, but that's the best case.
Shouldn't we do something about Troy?
Javi, you got him, right?
Yeah, fool.
Shouldn't we get him out of this area?
Well, I mean, if he's in this area, isn't he going to stay like hush hush with that thing you did? Like, why would we move him?
I was thinking more we could just tie him up and kind of toss him away just in case any complications happen.
Yeah, I guess. Wait, can't teleport him back to the lab? And nope, that's a horrible idea. He'd probably try to fight Banner.
I guess we can just keep him here.
I don't really know what to do right now. We just need to find this device. And
Someone just tie him up.
Jiraiya, using his ninja magic, just pulls rope out of his ass and starts tying him up. I don't know if that's gonna hold him. He's pretty
Yeah.
strong.
That's what I was about to say. I don't know if that'll hold him.
I guess Javi stayed close by, and I mean, you could probably take him, right?
I don't know. He almost killed Luke with one punch.
That is true. I mean, but that's Luke. So
Yeah, Luke's a twink.
we're gonna move him over here. He's tied up as well. So there we go. And I guess everyone else start looking for distortions of light to find the device.
Where the fuck did Charlie go? Oh,
He's looking.
I was gonna say, can't he just tell his girlfriend to fly around and see if she sees anything?
That's what she's doing. That's what she's
Okay.
doing right now.
Do we
Um,
need to roll for alertness or anything?
Yeah, everyone who wants to be looking, roll for alertness. So
Wait a minute. We've got the remote. Can't we just turn off the cloaking device using the remote?
it would be that simple, wouldn't it, Catboy? But well, Hayakawa, it's Troy put a password on it.
Oh, okay. Troy rules.
I tried
That
that.
worked.
Didn't work.
Okay.
Didn't work. Okay,
Try
so let's see.
rules with a Z.
Also Hieta. I got to roll for Hieta as well.
It rules with the Z. Yeah, that might work.
I guess who rolled the highest? Charlie, since you rolled the highest, we will say you find it. It is you are looking around and you kind of help but notice there's some weird shit going on top of this crate. It's like a blurriness. And you hop up on the crate and it's the device. It's still see-through though.
Guys, I
Yeah.
think I found it. I touch it.
Yeah, so you touch it and then Hayakawa comes running over and jumps up there with you and is like, wires. This is a wire, and he janks it and it just powers down. That's good enough. So Marcus is like, oh yeah, that did it. Ugh. And
I need
he
to.
start-
I want
What?
to whisper to. I want to whisper to Hayakawa and be like, "We probably might need to use this technology again later. So study it or get it back to the ship."
He just looks at you, puts a hand on your shoulder. Charlie, took the words right out of my mouth. So you could see the little camera ball thing that y'all know so well turn invisible and start secretly scanning the technology to recreate it on the ship. So Marcus starts to get back up and everything, and it's pretty clear that they found the device. And Marcus is like standing up, cracking his back, and he's like, yeah, I feel tons better now. And then he pulls out his sword. Let's do this the right way.
I do want to point out, Julie also views Marcus as an enemy.
Yeah.
He's willing to take that. He's willing to take that bet.
Yeah,
He doesn't give a fuck.
but I'm just putting that out there.
I mean, Marcus is missing some health, so that'd be up to your advantage, unless he turns into his monster form. So Marcus is going to approach Troy. He is going to walk Troy's way with his sword out.
I maybe would still not do that. Okay.
Oh, what? The fucking peanut gallery gonna stop me?
Luke just kind of holds his hands up, like, do what you want.
No. What? I run. What's going on?
Well, it appears that your feathery friend here still wants to throw down. And I'll oblige him if I have to.
Carl is not with you, please.
I
Just
can't
run and
just-
kill Troy.
Troy is a bit of a hothead, but I can't just stand by and let him die.
Now, Troy's a good guy.
I'm
pretty
not.
Go ahead.
I'm not saying we let Troy die. I'm saying we fucking leave before the fight starts back up.
Okay, then you can't just let Marcus walk over here with a sword. Oh shit.
I mean, doesn't he know where the base is? Where are we exactly going to hide?
I'm intoxicated, Carl. What do you want from me?
I don't know, a little bit of emotional support? You're definitely not Catboy. Where's Catboy?
I want to see what happens if Marcus walks into this AoE spell.
I gotta see if Carl is gonna remember that or if he's just gonna stand in his way. You know what?
I'm back here. I didn't say that. Like nobody knows what Charlie's
Yeah.
thinking.
Let's see.
It's not
Let's
like
roll the dice. See
Carl
how this
will
goes.
remember that.
Carl's just gonna move further in case it doesn't work. And Marcus is gonna walk straight into this and instantly just see the fog. So let's see if Marcus can.
Julie coming in clutch. Let's hope this works.
Used to be what, a 16?
Yes, I believe so. Give me a second. Let me double check. Yes.
Okay, so okay. Yada yada yada. 16. This is going to be something interesting. Marcus's first willpower failure against an attack in front of the team. So, it does appear at first that it fails. Marcus does not succeed. And he starts to just stand there and be a zombie. Now, let's see what happens now thanks to something on Marcus's character sheet. It does not work, so y'all don't get to see that. It would appear that something started to happen within Marcus's, but through Marcus's visor, glints of red, but then nothing happened. The spell was still too strong. Perhaps the fact that it is not magic from this multiverse, Marcus was not able, whatever was lurking deep within inside Marcus, was not able to beat it. And now Marcus is also probably imagining beating you all to death. Not much is going to change there.
Yeah,
It's
instead of Troy grabbing Luke and beating Marcus with him, Marcus is grabbing Luke and beating Troy with him.
Yeah.
He's holding Charlie up while Charlie pees on his enemies. Charlie,
Piss!
yeah, you piss on my enemies. Charlie runs up to Julie and dude, high five! You're amazing.
Julie gives him a high five. It's great to be on a team again, though it's a lot more than I'm used to. Also, do we want to keep them alive?
Yeah. What do we do with these two?
Well, I can take Marcus back to the ship, but I mean when he wakes up, that's the issue. I mean, this fog thing can't last forever, can it?
No.
Unfortunately, not.
So what you're saying is we have to come up with something now before we make them leave, or this entire thing's gonna repeat itself. Well, Troy can't use the device anymore, so he'll probably won't, but Marcus probably will.
Y'all better let. Damn it. Luke's in Ranger form. It's gotta be sober by now.
Fine. Now you can roll conditioning. Jesus.
This is where you
Fumble. You're
I
somehow even
absolutely
drunker than
fail.
before.
Hey, I rolled even better.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not drunk anymore. Congratulations.
You literally
Marcus-
got the perfect roll.
and now Marcus isn't controlled by the fog anymore. So we all get what we want.
Oh.
Everybody gets
You used all of your luck for a sobering roll. I hope you're happy with yourself.
Okay, so what's the plan? What are y'all gonna do to make sure this does not repeat itself when they
I
wake
kill
up?
Marcus. No.
That's a pretty good solution.
I don't
I
want
mean,
either of them to die.
is there anything we can use to keep Marcus in check right now?
The
Hey.
device that Troy was just using.
We can lock him up in Orion's room.
That's
No, Marcus can't. Hey, while Marcus is like that, can I hug him to see?
Don't do that.
Do you want to hug him? You said hug to see. Do you want to look at his aura? Or do you want to hug him?
Mm,
Never
Look at
mind,
it.
right?
But you never
Never-
looked at his. You only looked at Billy's.
Okay, I'll do an aura sight on Marcus.
I mean, you
All
did
right.
say it's
So, Charlie, I need everyone to be quiet. Charlie, you go to look at Marcus's aura, and it is striking. It is red, deep red, hot. It is a flame. It even has the colorations of the flame almost deep down to its core from being, white, blue, red, and yellow as the colors all just kind of flail around rapidly, but ultimately shrouded in that deep red. You start to feel heat. You can feel yourself actually sweating within, but you do see something deep within. Something you're not quite able to make out. Would you like to peer further?
Yes. Do I need to do anything?
Yes, you do have to do something. And I'm going to warn you now. I'm going to warn you. If you fumble this, Charlie's eyes will burn out of his skull.
I'm willing to take that risk.
Wow, Charlie willing to take that risk for Marcus, James especially. So we're gonna say you look further, it started to get really hot. You kind of like blinked and you shook your head, but you were like, nah, and you looked further in.
Okay. D4. 24. I don't even know if I can get a 24.
You'd have to
yeah,
roll
I could. I have
perfect.
to roll perfect. God!
Can I give him one of my loser's luck points? Can I
Jay.
please give him one of my loser's luck points? I'll give him all of
Jay.
them. I will give him all of my luck points.
Jay, I will fucking cash app you right now to give me one more point on that roll.
You
I
don't
will
have
give
the
him
money.
all
I
of
would,
my
but I'm
points.
broke. I'm broke, but you don't have the money either.
I don't
Uh,
give a shit.
Hold
Dude,
on, my
okay.
roll 20 did something weird. I can't see what's happening.
So let's make a deal. Who's willing to give up what to make this a 24?
I will give him all of my luck points.
Okay, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. No one's tying their hair up yet, so
This is
you know.
just this is just to see
I'll
something.
cash app you, Jay.
What if I give him all the rest of my magic points?
Magic points are fine. That's a big part of your character. I'm not gonna do. Okay, so, you know what? I will take all of Luke's luck points and 3 story points. That's my offer.
3 story points and all luck points.
Is
10.
that, are we doing this? Are we doing this?
10. Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
I don't have to re-roll,
You know what?
right? You're
You
just
know
giving
what?
me
You know
one more
what?
point.
Y'all can take the story points back. Y'all can take the story points back. My cash app just went off. Y'all can get the story points back. You know what? Give yourself 4 story points back.
We get Patreon. We need to get that going.
So yeah, you're just losing the story points, and instead of losing, I mean the luck points, but instead of losing 3 story points, whatever y'all had, add that 3 back and add a +1.
So we're at 14.
I am broke, so I don't really. Okay, so you rolled a 24.
Oh baby!
Okay, yeah, please
I
edit
can't
out
believe
the-
I rolled a 20.
a 24. You mean?
Yeah, I know, like plus the skill too.
Okay, yeah, you rolled ironically very perfect. I did 24 intentionally to make sure you wouldn't get it, but I gave you 1 story point usage. If you had fumbled, you would have accepted. You would have been blind. So Charlie, you look away at first and you're like, it's just Marcus, but you feel something. You feel sorrow. You feel pain, frustration. Whatever is at the center is causing Marcus pain, even if he doesn't realize it. So you peer further beyond the heat. You are sweating. Y'all can see not this usually doesn't happen with Power Ranger suits, but y'all can see the sweat spots. Y'all can feel the condensation and the heat coming off of Charlie as he takes this strong stance to brave the storm. With his companion powers telling him to push forward, Charlie senses a person in need and perseveres through the heat. Visualize it. Cat Ranger Charlie, deciding to just walk into a storm of flames as he goes through it, sweating. There's heat. It's unbearable, but Charlie persists, and at the center, he sees a scared little boy hurtling around a fire made of coal and lava, seeing it as that this is the only thing that can keep this boy alive. He is afraid. He is hurtling over it as this scared, scrawny boy is holding and standing over the flames that keep him going every single
Malagor.
And as you peer closer, Charlie, would you walk towards this scared little boy?
Yes.
So you walk towards this scared little boy and you get his attention. He's frightened. He's got tears going down his face. And the one thing he says to you is, I only wanted to save them. And as you hear that from the lava, a massive figure grabs you, saying, "You don't belong here," and it chunks you back out of the flames. It hits you, your soul, like a astral form, thrown back into your body at such a force. You go flying into Lion Man. Thank God Lion Man was there. If not, you would have knocked Julie unconscious. But well, not knocked her unconscious. You would have knocked her down. So you go flying back into Lion Man with a great force as he catches you. You are noticeably wet and sweaty, and you are unconscious.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm
You're
unconscious. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm knocked out. Okay.
You get knocked out as your astral form is thrown back into your body.
Okay, so everybody just okay. Damn. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So before you were just standing there and you walked up and then you just kind of stood still. Anyone noticing that would have noticed Charlie just get uncomfortably still.
Hey, do I
Even
unmorph?
no, you're still more for the time being.
Okay.
Lion Man even making a statement of chum, are you okay? You're wow, he's hot. Is this like one of his powers? Catboy didn't tell me he was a flame guy too. That's too many
I
powers.
would Luke be able to piece together what Charlie did?
No, his aura sight has never done this before.
Okay.
He's actively like seeping wet. He's getting really hot, but he's not moving as he tried to shake you, only to just kind of like back up, and then you just went back into his arms full force, just like, oh Jesus, oh Catboy, he's not waking up. He's not moving.
Luke's gonna go over there and pull Charlie's helmet off.
You pull him off. He is drenched, like he is sweat. He is hot as fuck.
Can I even begin to suss out maybe what to do to fix this?
You can roll a medical check. That's the best thing I can tell you to do.
Can we like have Hiera like cool him down? She's ice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Damn, Juan!
That's some smart shit.
That's
So
a 21.
Hiera makes her way over and just like starts pressing her hands to like Charlie's face. So before she gets there, you could just feel the heat coming off of him, and you don't know what's going on. However, there is a faint like hint that the heat is really mostly coming from his eyes. So that could potentially tell you that he used his aura sight and it just went places.
I feel like Luke would be insightful enough to piece that together. Hiera, if you could focus around his eyes.
Yeah, Charlie's eyes are closed, so she just really just like she's got her hands on both sides of his face, and she just gently places her thumbs on his eyes to really start to cool the process down. As Allie then appears on the communicator and is just like, "What the fuck is happening?"
My vitals are hooked up to something in the ship.
Yeah, they can
Just
see
you can
all your
monitor.
vitals. And she just now noticed your vitals are like skyrocketing on. She's like, "What's going on? Why is Charlie so hot? Somebody answer me, please!"
Luke's gonna get on the communicator. I think Charlie tried to use his aura sight on Marcus and it backfired.
Ah!
He's alive. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. Hiera's cooling him down. He doesn't seem hurt.
As you're talking to Allie, Hayakawa is actually going to approach Charlie and then pull out something and basically make Charlie demorph. And he's like, "Thank God I installed that too on everybody's morphers." So Charlie, you're unmorphed. You're still sweaty. Your clothes are damp. As Hieta is trying her best to just like cool your body off.
Would Julie be able to use one of her healing spells?
You
I'm good.
could. I mean, he didn't lose any health, but you could use it in a way that is to try to maybe bring him back to consciousness if you would like, or stabilize him a little faster.
Okay, yeah. I'll do that.
You don't have to focus your AOE spell, do you? Because I've distracted everybody from the problem at hand.
Okay, so that's actually a good thing. If we're to do this, you would lose a little focus on your AOE.
Mm,
Don't worry about it. I've got it. He's fine.
okay. Okay. Never mind.
Luke's just gonna use his stuff to fix him if I'm allowed.
You can, yeah, because you're not busy keeping Eminem and Big Bird from fighting.
Yeah, do my speedy recovery because I feel like a med kit's not going to fix this. Obviously, this is more
No.
magic based.
Charlie, you can feel yourself coming back to consciousness. You feel really rough, and your insides still feel hot, but there is a coldness around you. Because Hieta went from straight just putting her hands to your face to just like gripping you tight, and then just like pushing the side of her face on your face and trying to touch more of your body.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. Ugh.
You
I
all right?
I don't.
Yeah.
Man, my insides feel hot. What happened?
What did you try to look at Marcus's aura? What was that?
Oh yeah, I guess I did. Man, golly, I'm not doing that again. It's really hot. I can't quite recall. I don't know. I don't know.
Do you feel okay other than hot? Like,
Just a little. My head's a little foggy. I can't really think straight. I think
Okay.
if I just rest a little bit, maybe I can remember later, or maybe if I hook up to the holodeck, maybe I can focus on what I remembered, and I don't know.
okay, just take it easy. Just take it easy. Okay. All right. We still need to figure out what we're doing with these two.
That is the question at hand.
Because, like you said, Troy probably isn't going to fuck around again, but Marcus, unfortunately.
I would say we could throw Marcus in our brig, but there's no way that's going to hold him.
Yeah, you'd just end up with an implosion. The whole base would be shot at that point.
Well, then again, maybe in the fight with our potential friend, maybe he would die.
I'd.
I'm sorry, my emotions are all still confused on the whole thing. Like I said, probably all of us on the team have probably had similar thoughts. Unfortunately.
I don't blame you whatsoever. I'm actually amazed that you decided to come with us to help with the situation in the first place. Or not so much that, it's just that you were willing to not join Troy.
And a few weeks ago, I probably would have. But Catboy brought me back from the brink.
You're a good man, Carl.
And
Glad you're here with us.
you're a good ward, Catboy. May we go out on the town again, Lion Man and Catboy, and stop every evildoer when this is all over.
That sounds really fun.
Now rest, Catboy. You need your strength.
Fall
Alright.
into Yara's arms.
Okay.
All right. Now, I have a slight recommendation. It's just gonna take a little bit of convincing on your leader's behalf.
Go ahead.
Well, he's all powerful, right? He can probably create other dimensions or access pocket dimensions.
Are you
Why don't-
suggesting we throw Marcus in timeout?
It's the best idea I can think of.
I mean, that would probably work. However, when he gets out of timeout, he's gonna be even angrier, probably.
But your leader is back. So if he wants to act right, he won't seek out Troy after a timeout.
I suppose that's fair. Luke pulls up his communicator. Hey, Orion.
Yes,
You been listening in, or do I need to fill you in?
I listened in on a little bit. Only after Ali freaked out due to Charlie's vitals is he okay.
Charlie's fine. So you heard the timeout proposition?
Hmm. I could probably hold Marcus in a pocket dimension. It might work. And the Lone Ranger is right. If he wants any help figuring out what's wrong with him, cooperation and not seeking another fight with Troy would be his best bet.
Do you feel up to holding him for a little bit? Is my bigger question.
I can, and I will. And I will make sure that he is aware once he leaves the pocket dimension. He will cooperate.
All right. Is everyone on board with that idea?
I'm good with it.
As long as he's safe.
All right, sounds like we got a plan. And then a portal opens up back here behind the Lone Ranger. And Orion on the comm says, just toss him in there. Whenever he wakes up, I will go talk to him. All right, whatever you say. And Lone Ranger Lee just picks him up and chunks him in the portal, and then it shuts. All right, problem solved.
For now.
Yeah, for now.
Now about Troy.
Jiraiya says, no offense, but what's he gonna do now that he can't, sap Marcus's power?
No, I don't mean like about keeping Troy from like trying to fight Marcus again. I mean, like for the time being, what are we going to do with him? Because he's still going to be pissed as all hell at the rest of us.
Well, he probably can't break out of the brig, so I think that's what I'm going to do with him. Take him back and throw him in the brig and try to explain to him that it's not the best idea to do bad things and should probably calm down.
He could have gotten a lot more people killed. He's lucky we were able to stop it. Who knows what would have happened if someone else came in?
Yeah.
Well, Troy can handle himself. What probably would have happened is your friend probably would have died and Troy probably just would have went home.
I'm saying that if someone were to have interrupted that before he's able to put that machine on him, civilians and bystanders could have been the casualties.
Yeah, that's true.
Petty revenge doesn't excuse stupid actions.
I don't think this is in the realm of petty. He did basically kill two of our friends.
And there's smarter ways to go about this.
He almost won.
He did. But what if he didn't? What if it was some little tie and some random civilian walked in here, or maybe it was a couple trying to get their freak on? What would have happened then?
I don't think Troy would have stopped. He would have killed Marcus and then went on.
But they would have gotten into the middle of it. That's the thing.
Carl, just try to explain all that to Troy when he's in the brig.
All right, I will. He's probably not going to listen. Doesn't help the fact that he was basically winning. All right, come on. He's going to grab Troy. I guess it's been a late night. I'm going to sleep at the base again with Dr. Banner. I guess we'll get in contact tomorrow then.
Sounds like a plan.
He grabs Troy and they teleport away.
It looked like we lived.
That Hayakawa just looks at you. We lived, but more changes. I mean, I guess on the bright side, Troy's gonna be at the base, so maybe he's behind bars. Y'all can talk to him about using that aggression to fight the Balbans. Maybe. He can't go anywhere and he can't hit you, so that might be our best chance to convince him. maybe make up for the damage he could have possibly done, like Julie is saying. I think that's worth a shot.
Yeah, it might be good if some of us also try to talk to Troy, just in case Carl isn't able to talk any sense into him. I know he might be mad at us, but we gotta try.
Him running into things like that's going to end up getting someone killed, and it's not just going to be him or his enemy.
Maybe Tabby can help me.
Well, maybe. Honestly, I think we should just focus on getting you back on the ship. Maybe getting you to the med bay.
Yeah, I'd like that too.
All right,
Luke walks up
Jiraiya,
when he's hearing that. So
Jiraiya's gonna pick Charlie up in his arms. All right, buddy, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Just Charlie, I love you. Give me a kiss. All right, someone else can take him.
Just hot potato with Charlie.
I think maybe all of us should go back to the ship for the time being. I'll check out Charlie a bit more, make sure no lasting damage happened.
All right. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I'll go ahead and teleport on the ship and get him set up. And Jiraiya and Charlie leave. And Hayakawa just kind of, I gotta look at some stuff and check the stuff I've been working on. It's great. It's great stuff. It's great stuff. I'm gonna go to. And he just kind of awkwardly dips out. Hieta follows because Charlie's gone, Tabby's gone. Javi would probably just go ahead and teleport out. And then the Lone Ranger's just like, all right, first time on y'all ship. All right, beam me up.
I mean, probably gotta get Orion's permission for that.
But he took my roommate. Why do I need permission when he's got my roommate hostage?
Didn't you ask for that to happen?
It's called a setup. It's called I did it so that way I could say, but you got my roommate, so that way he has to put me on his ship.
Well, now he's not gonna let you on the ship.
Well played, Luke. Well played.
I can ask him.
Yeah, please do.
Hey, Orion.
Yes.
Can LR come with us on the ship, or is he barred from coming up there?
Well, he is the one that has spent the most time with Marcus. He probably knows him a bit better. Actually, yes. I'll allow him on the ship, mostly so we can have a conversation. All right, yeah! And he gets teleported. And do y'all just teleport on the ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Teleportation time, baby.
As soon as like the threats were eliminated, all the adrenaline basically hit Luke like a truck.
Yeah.
So he was like, I gotta go. LR on the ship, baby. Time for nightmares to ensue. Because I know what's gonna happen.
All right, yeah. And then Allie pops up and it's like, just go up the stairs. The arrows will point the way. He wants to talk to you immediately. All right, okay. I'll go up the stairs. All right. He goes up the stairs. And then
Just hear like loud crashing noises. There's a horse neighing.
God damn it! I thought you said you wanted to talk.
Stock
Wilhelm scream.
stock sounds of like porcelain breaking and like a cat going like all the sounds.
Luke comes into the med bay to check on Charlie.
I just feel a little bit better.
Okay. So you start to come better to consciousness, and you're surrounded by everyone. Jiraiya's chilling on the other medical bed. Luke's checking your vitals. Yetta there. Allie is like stressed. She looks like I don't know, like a mom of like a teen boy who got into his first car wreck.
Charlie, Uriah brought me 2 popsicles that I've got on my eyes. No.
There's ice packs.
There's 2 big ice bags right in front of
I
you.
like the popsicle version.
Just saying, you got 2 big ice bags staring you in the face.
That's not what I meant when I said ice packs.
It took me way too long. I was like, "What? Hey, there's 2
Diet.
Luke." Nice.
It's just dial-up sounds in your head.
Ding,
Huh?
ding. Huh?
But yeah, you come.
I feel a little bit better. My eyes are still hot. I felt like I was going into a firestorm, like just a raging storm of fire. I should not have done that. Was that really the first time I've tried to aura check Marcus? I guess I always just assumed he was evil, so I didn't have to check him.
Did you see anything?
I kind of look at Luke like I'm thinking, like I want, like maybe. Ooh, well, Charlie's pretty good at deception. I'm just gonna be from now. Shit. It was just really intense. Don't need to roll bluff.
If you want to, you don't
I got a
have to.
D4. I got a D4. No,
For it.
it was just really intense in there, and
I mean, then again, like no one really knows what happened, and they couldn't see anything, so you could lie.
Yeah,
without having to roll.
but with Luke and Charlie like having a sort of, I feel like
They
we
have a pretty close bond.
and Luke can always tell when Charlie will be like, okay, it's fine, and Luke will be like, I can tell it's not fine, and we're gonna talk about this, and like that's kind of been a running thing. So I feel like if I'm trying to hide something, I need to roll deception for it,
Okay, well, you're gonna have to beat.
just to act. I'm just acting like like I'm confident in my answer of I just saw a firestorm and it was really intense.
Okay, you're gonna have to beat a 13.
A 13? Wouldn't I roll an alertness?
Eat shit.
I mean, Charlie's the one rolling his bluff.
Yeah,
So
just
throw out
do.
that-
Yeah, I would say alertness just to see if like you see like an eye twitch, like if he looks to the right or anything when he tells you like.
Yeah, you're gonna have to beat a 17 though, because that's his cleverness.
Okay, I'll wait. What are we doing? 17 cleverness.
Just whatever you want to do.
Yeah, 17. That's a way to determine if you really meant to see it or not.
That's a fucking fumble.
So it didn't matter anyway.
You're so worried about my health that like you're not, that I'm just generally shaken up. That you're just worried about my vitals and stuff, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, literally, like every time in D&D that I've had this happen, the person will roll deception, and then the other person rolls insight, and whoever scores higher wins. Basically,
I usually prefer it to be like someone rolls to lie, and if they succeed, because if they fail, there's no point. They're not lying. So I like to see what they do first, and if it's like, okay, they're lying, but you as a character can say, I don't know if I believe that either way, and try to insight it. I just like to know if they're going to succeed in the lie first, because if they just fail, then there's no point. It'll just be like, okay, you can tell he's lying. That's just the way that I like to do it, because if they fail at the lie, then there's really no point.
fair enough.
But either way, it didn't matter. If you had rolled a 16, I might have just given it to you, because then it just kind of seemed like that's the way you want to go. But you rolled a 2 and you fumbled. So, but it's kind of makes sense for Luke character. He doesn't know what happened to Charlie, yada yada yada. He's worried about what that could be on a medical level to him, because this is the first time anything like this has happened. So I feel like that's pretty in character.
Yeah, and also like he just had all that adrenaline hit him like a truck. There's a lot of things happening in his brain.
What is
So-
what is Bibby man? What is that?
Bibimbap. Bibimbap.
It's a Korean dish.
It's really
It
good.
only
It's
takes like yeah, it's like a
it's
mixture of vegetables
sushi.
and stuff. Yeah,
nice.
so Julie's making that real quick because I think Charlie mentioned it whenever he was
Oh
asking about what.
yeah.
Yeah, so she feels kind of bad from going home. We got fucked up. So that's what she's currently doing. I'll send a reference picture in the reference.
It's
Yeah, put
super
in
Art?
reference art.
good.
Yeah, reference
Okay.
art.
Yeah, I'll send a picture of it. But yeah, that's what she is currently doing because it doesn't take that long to make. And so, like, immediately once she gets there, she just starts working on it. But she's made enough for everyone.
It's got vegetables and stuff. It's really fucking good, and especially if you have like a dip that you can dip it in and stuff. Like oh shit, it's been a long time.
Gochujang.
Yeah, it's like a orangey stuff.
All right. So you successfully pull off the lie. Luke's, too busy making sure you're okay, like medical and physically wise. So what happens next?
How long has that conversation been?
Maybe like 3 to 5 minutes.
You're still working. You're still
Okay.
But yeah, Luke's just going over everything.
What happened? Like after I passed out, where'd Marcus go? Where'd Troy go? Oh yeah, Troy is sent to the brig. I remember that. Jeez, man, my head is real foggy. Thought it'd be cleared up by now.
I mean, given what happened to you physically after whatever it was that you saw, I imagine it sent your body through a bit of a shock. So you're going to be recovering from that for a little while. I imagine it's something. I imagine it would be akin to getting electrocuted.
Yeah. I don't know if it just was on fire mostly.
Well, I realize that, but what I mean, like the way that the way that your body physically reacted, the best way that I can give you an analogy medically speaking is it looked like you were electrocuted. Your body got thrown back, you were knocked unconscious, and with electricity is heat. And so, like you said, it went all through your body and your entire body felt hot. So, like I said, I feel like it's the closest thing, medically speaking, that I can think of that your body probably just went through is it's akin to how it feels to be electrocuted. And that takes time to recuperate from. And so, since you were basically magic, fire, electrocuted, whatever the hell, it's going to take a minute for your brain and your body to reset. So, just take it easy and get some rest. Okay? But physically, from what your vitals look like, you seem fine.
Can I just have the room alone just from everybody just for a little while, please?
Jiraiya hops up. Yeah, whatever you need. I don't know if you should be alone, but if that's what you want, if Luke says you're okay.
I just want to lay down.
Yeah, that's fine.
Kira, thank you for cooling off my eyes and stuff. That I don't know how I would have felt without all that, but you don't mind just giving me like a moment alone, do you?
She kind of is like holding your hand in both of her hands. She's got your left hand in both her hands. She just kind of looks at you and she just kind of softly asks, "What's wrong?"
Saw something, and I don't know how to process it right now.
Sure, you don't want to talk about it?
Yeah, maybe I should talk about it.
If you
But I don't know. It's actually not that foggy in my head. It's all very clear still in my head, and I don't want to mix up any of the words of what I saw.
Well, maybe you should wait a little bit then, if it's that important. might want to make sure you are clear-headed.
Just out of character, my intent is when everybody leaves, I'm gonna call Allie back in.
Okay. All right. Well, she was gonna leave you alone. She just wanted to make sure you weren't like gonna
Yeah.
like break down crying in here by yourself.
No. I've got like a weird little Charlie plan.
Okay. So she's gonna leave the
I'll
room.
tell her I'm okay, and I kind of hold her hand tighter, and I tell her I promise I'll be okay. And then send her off,
So she does leave the room.
and then I go, Allie,
Yes.
so listen, hey, I saw some crazy stuff whenever I did Auracite in Marcus, and I was wondering if maybe I could put that into the holodeck and you could maybe keep it a secret and not really give anybody access to it until we're ready to show others what I saw.
From everyone, even, Orion.
No. I think that maybe Orion and you should have access to it. I'm just talking about with everything that I've seen, how Marcus has affected Luke negatively. I just don't know if Luke's ready to hear what I saw, and I don't know how to approach it, and I'll put it in. You can assess it. Orion can assess it, and then y'all are smarter than me. We can figure out kind of what to do with the information from there. But I say just kind of we can put it in the holodeck, and that way, if anybody else needs to see what I saw, it'll be more clear, and nothing can kind of like if anything happens to me and I forget, then it'll at least be safe in the data.
Okay. Well, it's probably better to do it when you're feeling better, and we'll do it when nobody's looking, and we can get it all sorted out. It's just you're probably still not strong enough to handle that kind of process. So let's wait till you're a little bit better, and then we'll do that.
All right, thank you. I just
Is
kind of
there-
give her a little ghost hug.
Do you need anything else?
No, I think I maybe really do just need to rest. Something, maybe some food.
Julie knocks on like the recovery door.
I think your food is here.
What?
You taking visitors?
Hey, what? Whoa, is that Bibimbap? Give her here. Quit playing games. Thank you. Oh
Here
my
you
god.
go.
Thank you so much. Let's just start scarfing it down like a fat kid.
I didn't know if you use forks or chopsticks or what, so
I'm just using
here
my
you go.
yeah. Oh, I grabbed the chopsticks. Yeah, I'll use the chopsticks. And I kind of, for a moment, I feel like I'm back home, like something that my mom would have made for me, and it just makes me feel really better. And I get
All
love.
right. All right, I'll leave y'all to it. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm just dropping that off.
Thank
Hope
you,
you don't
Julie.
spill over.
Hey,
Ain't no
Julie,
problem.
real quick,
Mhm.
you seemed
What's
a
up?
lot different in your morphed state. What's that all about?
Oh, I was a K-pop star. Walks out.
I'm more confused, but this bibimbap is good, so I'm just like, oh, whatever, and I just keep eating it.
Allie's also gonna leave you alone as well.
I finish
Okay.
it, I put my bowl on a plate, and then I go to take a nap.
Okay. Now that Charlie is taking his big boy nap, would anyone else like to do anything before we close out the night?
Julie would like to do some research on Psycho Rangers.
Okay, you could go down to the library,
Mhm.
and you can do that research there. You know how to use computers, so there's not going to be anyone that needs to teach you like Charlie. So You can just go in there and access everything in the library and look it up. And basically, the way I'm doing this is that you just need to do your own research. Like, go on the internet,
Yeah.
look this shit up.
Yeah,
IRL.
definitely. Yeah.
So, okay. Anybody else would like to do anything before we close up the night?
Did LR ever come down?
Not yet. He has not come down yet.
Okay. I mean, it's been a long day.
It's
So,
right now. It's like 2 a.m.
yeah, I think Luke's
Yeah,
Luke's gonna go to bed.
I think everybody's gonna go to bed.
Except Julie. She does not sleep.
It's bedtime.
It's BB time.
Luke's gonna leave his door open just in case Charlie needs something and he can hear him.
Oh, that's a mistake, but okay.
I wouldn't be upset if Kiara came back in.
No, I was putting everybody in place. She's gonna sleep in the other bed.
Oh,
Are our hands long enough to hold each other's hands while we?
they're rollable.
Yeah, they're rollable, so they roll together. So
Oh hell yes!
for prosperity's sake, I will put her closer.
Oh hell yeah!
Allie
don't
just watching through the cameras. They're putting the beds together. Go to bed. I don't sleep. I can make you go to sleep.
Ah! And I can tell Dulcini to push you up against the wall again.
Do it.
We just hear those sound effects again. The Wilhelm scream. Everything's like, what the fuck? Do they have a soundboard up there? All his control panel up in his office is just a soundboard of like stock sounds. That's
I don't
all
even-
that shit does, because Allie flies the ship for him, so like all the buttons and switches just activate sound effects.
He's got all those cues. He's getting ready to light up so he can play sound effects on the ship, so everybody can hear him. So he can make Julie break out in song and dance whenever he wants.
I'm gonna tell Hera that I don't know. My inside's still really hot. Maybe if you. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh God.
I only got a few seconds to tell you this, but it's really, really important. Musical cue goes off. No. So yeah, you all go to sleep. You all have Julie stays up, does some research on Psycho Rangers, learns about the core Psycho Rangers, Photon, Axe, Yellow. I always forget Psycho Pink's name. I can't remember her name. I always forget it. Photon, Axe, Yellow, Virgil, Shrek, and I always forget Psycho Pink's name. It's so hard to remember. But anyway, you learn about the core Psycho Rangers. Make sure to look that up.
I am.
And
I have it pulled up right now.
you also have the file on Marcus Mitchell that Orion has made or composited for this prosperity's sake. It is a subfolder in the Psycho Red Virgil folder and everything else. You know about Psycho Silver, who was a fake Psycho Ranger used by Zane to get close to the Psycho Rangers. You also know to do a subfolder created by Hayakawa that he did the exact same trick. And you also can find out through, if you dig deep enough in the Psycho Ranger folder and finding about the In Space Rangers, that Hayakawa has also composited a complete set of files for all of his Mega Ranger team members, including himself, as the counterparts. And Jiraiya, if you look enough, if you follow this rabbit hole, is attached to the Alien Rangers file under Alien Black as Kaku Ranger Black. So there's all these files. You can go down this rabbit hole if you would like to, but that's up to you. So you all go to sleep and have a nice night, except for Luke. Well, I mean, not really a bad night. It's mostly like when you wake up.
Oh no.
I told you.
Myself.
So you all have pretty good sleep. Charlie and Hieta sleep, touching the beds, and Allie has a stroke all night. Julie does some research and probably goes to bed eventually.
No,
Javi
she's
sleeps-
gonna stay up and go down a rabbit hole.
You keep staying up, I'm gonna make you start rolling, and you're gonna start getting -1.
No, next time she'll pass out. It's just she's kind of really in tune with the research right now. She really wants to figure out what's going on. But
Okay, you get one more. If you forget, it's too late. You're gonna take some
Yeah.
disadvantages.
yeah, no, she's gonna go to sleep. She's gonna crash, but she's gonna go to sleep pretty soon. No worries.
Okay.
Just not this time.
So, Luke, when would you wake up?
I mean, so we went to sleep at like 2 a.m., right?
Yes, you did.
Luke's body rarely lets him sleep late, but he ends up waking up around probably 7:30, which is late for him. 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yep. So you wake up around that time, and you feel kind of cozy. Actually, you feel kind of warm. You're like, man, this kind of feels nice. And then you feel an arm over you, and you're like, huh? And then you
Luke,
realize,
go ahead.
and then you realize this arm has got gloves and the suit and everything. So you get really confused, and then, but as you look up the arm, you start to recognize, and you can go from there. Whatever. Luke
Yeah.
does.
Luke realizes that he's being spooned, probably by LR. And Luke grew up in the South. He keeps that thing on him. So up underneath his pillow is his blaster, and he fucking grabs it and like reaches over with his arm and sticks it to the Lone Ranger's forehead and is like, "Why the fuck are you in my bed?"
Oh, good morning. You sleep well?
Get the fuck out of my bed. Get out of my room.
You left the door open.
Luke gets out of the bed.
Oh, I can't sleep alone, please.
I left the door open in case Charlie needed me during the night because he's in the med wing.
Yeah, well, he was too busy cuddling his girlfriend with the med beds put together.
So you decided to just come into my room?
Well, the door was open.
It's
What? You broke up because you were
That was no. Get the fuck out of my bed. It was so loud that you became very distorted. I love when Joe does that.
Ah, damn. Fine. God, Jesus Christ. I'm taking the cat.
No, you're not.
All right, fine. I'm not taking the cat. But I'm upset about it. And then he leaves.
Luke puts the blaster back under his pillow and just sits down on his bed. What the fuck? I'm not gonna think about this too hard. I'm just not gonna think about this too hard. If I think about it too hard, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna go take a shower.
So he's just gonna go and plop on the couch and hope to God he can go to get some more sleep.
When did he come in there?
Pretty late. Orion kept trying to like talk to him for like a long period of time. All of the pets are gonna surround him. That's how
Commodity's just stretched out on top of him.
Oh, that's nice. That works. See, you're a real one, unlike that goddamn owner of yours. So, all right. So, Charlie, what time do you think you're gonna wake up?
He probably will sleep in big time, I think. So it's gonna be later than he normally wakes up. He will probably wake up like as late as you would think to allow. Because I don't want to say like, oh, he wakes up at fucking 10:30. And you'd be like, well, shit's gonna happen before then, and everybody's gonna leave.
How late? Just answer me. How late do you think he would sleep? Just answer me that.
I want to say like 10:30, 11.
That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Hayakawa probably would have walked in trying to find Hieta to see if she would like to start breakfast, and she just would have been like, "Get the fuck out of here, bro." You'd be like, "Okay, okay." But all right. So Julie, what time did you end up going to sleep, or did you not go to sleep?
She didn't go to sleep. She was too into the research she was doing because she was finding like a lot of interesting information.
Okay. All right. Jiraiya is gonna get up and go shower in the other bathroom before someone gets in it. Allie has pulled out all of her digital hair. All of it.
You little ball-headed sprite. Make it so.
Make it so. Okay, well I guess everybody's doing their own thing right now. All right, so I'm guessing Luke's gonna shower and go get breakfast. I guess.
We got a lot of people on this ship. We're gonna need to install more showers.
We got like another one downstairs. That's fine.
I was just saying, yeah, Luke showers, he shaves, he brushes his teeth, he questions his entire existence in the mirror for a few seconds. You know, the regular.
Do you notice LR on the couch with your cat and Tabby and the frog?
Probably as he's going, he'd probably notice him and be like, and then continue downstairs to eat.
Okay. All right. So the only people that are going to be at breakfast is going to be you, Hayakawa, Jiraiya. No one else seems to come down. Julie might join you, maybe, right? Maybe Julie.
Julie probably crashed.
Nah,
Yeah,
Julie's
right.
walking up, but you can tell like she's been staring at the computer screen for a good long, probably too long while.
She got crusty eyes and sunken
Bloodshot.
Yeah, they're
sunken and
bloodshot.
Do you say anything to Luke when he notices you?
No, she just immediately just beelines to the fridge and just gets like the leftovers she made the night or more whatever it was before, and just like she just starts like just eating it like she's ravenous, and she's just like taking it in her hand and like just shoving it in her mouth.
We have. Do you want to heat that up?
Just shoving it in her mouthful. If God wanted me to heat this up, He would have made it come out of there hot.
That's okay.
So yeah, it's just you, Jiraiya, Hayakawa, and Julie eating that, I guess, if that counts, in the kitchen area, as no one appears to have come down yet. I'm guessing you did notice Charlie and maybe looked at him a little bit as he was getting snuggles from his girlfriend.
Yeah, Luke would have just kind of peered over him for a second. He seems fine. Everything seems all right, so he would have continued on.
So we're gonna go ahead and y'all ate breakfast. Nothing really happened. Y'all just kind of talked about what to do next, going ons, and it's now about 10:30. And Charlie, you're waking up.
Ooh, is she still with me?
Yes.
Girl, you better quit all that.
She woke up like 2 hours ago, but didn't want to move.
I wake up. I give her a little kiss on the forehead.
She probably woke up to Luke yelling at LR.
She did, but then she went back to sleep for a little bit, and then she woke up around like 9 or like 8:39 and just didn't move.
What time is it?
It's 10:30.
Oh, jeez. I think. Oh man, do I smell like sulfur? I'm gonna take a shower. I'll see you at breakfast.
I think they already ate breakfast, but okay.
Okay, I'll see you at lunch, or I'll get some food later. I'm not worried about it. Take a shower. Water.
she is too gonna take a shower.
Over there. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out, man. There's a girl showering over there. Oh! I gather up my clothes, I draw off, and I get the fuck out of there.
Okay. So, do you grab anything to eat from the kitchen?
Yes, I'll go to the kitchen.
There is some leftover breakfast stuff.
Yeah.
Where is everybody now? Now that it's 10:30.
Why is my cat over here? Why is my frog over here?
Because the Lone Ranger's still sleeping on the couch.
What are you, Adam? What are you doing? You're my
Rib-
companion.
He just kind of like looks at Lone Ranger and then looks up at you.
What? You think we look the same? It's all humans look. Or he might not even be human.
He
All
just kind of
very-
like he just kind of shakes his head and then just like adjusts himself and gets comfy cozy.
I'm just kidding. I don't mind.
You're muted, Joe.
Like how frogs will flatten themselves.
Yeah, he's like next to like one of the cat's tails and just like gets flat and snugs up against it.
That's fine. Well, that's a good sign that the Lone Ranger's not a bad man.
I will have my revenge.
Hey, that sounds like Javi.
Marcus, it's me. Stop choking me.
Oh, choke me like that.
Insert Windhelm scream.mp4.
What is he saying? That's weird. I don't even want to be in the common room anymore.
Charlie, come back.
What? Hey, now that I'm rested, I'll just go check out the holodeck while nobody's paying attention to me.
Oh God. Okay. So you get you get downstairs. Oh God. Okay, we're doing this now. All right. So you get downstairs. Do I have an Allie token ready? Yes, I do. She's up at breakfast where everybody was last breakfast. Oops. Whatever. I'll resize her when I get her down there. So you come in here, and the door shuts, and then it locks behind you. As you see Allie, and she's like, "Are you sure you're ready for this?"
I think so. I need to do it while it's still kind of fresh on my mind.
Okay. You put the hat on, and the process starts. Remember, you got to focus pretty hard. I know it's probably really hard to do that, but it's necessary.
What do I need to do?
So, just to tell me, is Charlie going to be able to focus feeling that heat and reliving the walking through it, feeling the burning, seeing the sad boy, seeing the lava monster throw him out at full force? How is Charlie feeling having to relive that again?
You know, a lot of it was weird because it was my like aura, but it was like physically tasking to get through the fire. It was hot. But
Okay.
once I saw the boy, it was like nothing else mattered. Like the heat, all of it was like it was worth it because there's someone in there that needs to be saved. And then the shock and the fear of Malagor seeing my essence in Marcus's and throwing me out, that was really the most devastating part of it and jarring part of it, because Charlie just wasn't ready to be thrown out because he wanted to talk to the boy and couldn't because he's being guarded. So a lot of it is just mainly the physical toll of the heat, and
Yeah.
then the fear of Malagor. But if I focus on the boy his features, how scared he was, how he thought that the light source, that the heat source was keeping him alive, but obviously it's something that he needs to get away from. Like all of that is pushing Charlie to be able to focus on all of it and just experience it again. Just knowing that there's a little boy in there that's scared is what is driving me to, because even before I knew the boy was in there, he was willing to press in. But now that I know the boy is in there, it's like I'm even more focused. It's like I could experience it again, probably even easier, except for the fact that now I'm afraid that if Malagor sees me press in again, he could do something to Marcus.
Yeah.
And so that's the only thing that's keeping me from like, well, I should just go Aura Sight him again. Because I feel like I have the strength and the drive to do it now to save the boy. But the one thing that's scaring me is I don't know what Malagor is capable of. And so right now I just want other people to possibly have that information, Orion. And so maybe he can decide like what the best course of action would be, and if there's some way to use my aura abilities and to somehow, I don't know, to get back in and somehow face Malagor or get them separate from Marcus. I don't know. I don't know. Like I'm that's all above my pay grade right now. Right now, I'm just thinking that that boy needs help, and so that's how I'm focused.
Okay. So that's how you're keeping a hold of it. I like that. I like that. I like that. So, okay. So you do manage to hold on to the memory. You are full blown, I'm gonna save this child, you're this boy. That's what's driving you. And that also means a lot because as a companion ranger, you know that's like your whole thing. That you're supposed to protect people and save people and make them feel safe. And for the so far since the entire game, I mean, besides Snizzard, and that was an accident. But even like Frightwing, he had so far, if you were like, I'm gonna save that person, you really have done it besides Snizzard. But now you kind of can't, which is probably hard for Charlie to be like, I know it's there, but this is probably really bad. But yeah, the sequence is downloaded and it's safe. Allie locks it up and she's like, as soon as Orion's awake, I'll make sure he sees this. That's a lot to unpack, though. That's wow.
Yeah. I just, knowing that that's what's inside Marcus really changes how I want to approach I hate that it even changes how I want to approach it. I hate that I even hated him. I feel like a failure as a companion ranger, honestly. That boy has been inside him the whole time, and I lost sight of that. But it was just out of protection of Luke. I just hate seeing how he affects him.
I'm sure Orion will be able to figure something out. But if that is who I think it is, and if Marcus could erupt, we need to keep this secret. I know that's the whole point of this, but I want to really take that into your mind that if he feels threatened in any way, he could just blow up Marcus and take everyone within a good vicinity within him gone.
Well, don't you think that, like, if I had known better beforehand, then I would have known not to go in and just let Malagor know that I can do that. Because now that he has seen me show up and thrown me out, maybe something's already happened. But if the rest of the team finds some way to like dig deep inside of Marcus, if they don't know, they're gonna do it blindly like I did. So wouldn't everybody having this information be better, and we just tiptoe around it until we figure something out?
But you're the only one who can do something like that. It's just fortunate that you're probably still alive. It's a
What if
lot
there
of
was-
things.
What if there was a way that I could bring others with me?
That could be possible for your own powers, but listen, this is very complicated stuff. And even then, if you got in, if he just starts to lose, he just blow himself up.
Well, didn't Marcus want to talk to Orion about like maybe curing him of some sort of plague or something? Something that's bothering him that makes him like want to hurt things?
This is probably related.
No.
And to be honest, I hate to tell you this, but Dulcinea and Orion are probably the best bet of fixing whatever this is without it killing everyone. No
Okay.
offense.
Well, yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, just I guess when Orion wakes up, just have him look at it, and I'll keep it a secret.
I'm pretty sure he's going to want to talk to you after he looks over this when he wakes up. He'll probably tell you what he's got a plan going then. He might just tell everyone, but it's probably just better if we wait until we see what he wants to do. He's got Marcus in that place still, so maybe before he lets him out, he can devise a plan. We'll have to see.
How is Marcus? Is he awake? Is he freaking out? Where'd y'all put him exactly?
Orion just made a pocket dimension and threw him in there.
It's not
pretty-
dark in there, is it?
No, it's got light. I think it's just like a forest. So a never-ending forest.
Like where
But-
Bubbles is.
Yeah, but not where Bubbles is. It's a
Okay.
forest, not a jungle. But so he's awake. He's mad, but he can't seem to get out. But when Orion wakes up, he talked to LR last night, and think he needed to sleep it just to make sure he had the strength in case Marcus put up a fight. So we'll have to see how that goes. But once he sees this, it might change any plans that he had. So, like I said, just wait.
Okay, I can do that.
And she vanishes.
Computer, load up Bryce Dallas Howard and Eva Green. No, all right, I'm out.
7-foot tall versions of Bryce Dallas Howard and Eva Green. Okay, so all right, what is everybody else doing right now?
Mm. Mm. I don't know. Is LR still asleep?
He's just kind of, probably yeah. He's probably still asleep.
It's like what, 10:30?
Probably 11 by now. 11:30, 11:30, 11 to 11:30 by now.
Okay.
He was up all night talking to Orion because Orion asked too many questions.
Mm.
Julie, what are you doing right now?
She's still reading through the files and everything.
Okay. Probably way past Psycho Rangers at this point.
Yeah, she's just fucking kind of reading over some of the laws and stuff in the area they're in, like in America. Just in case.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Oh,
Guess what's Hayakawa up to?
he's working on that thing he discovered.
Yeah. Luke's gonna pop in.
Hello, Luke.
What was that thing you were talking about yesterday?
Oh, I made this discovery a while back, and I'm trying to see if I can make it useful for the team.
Luke raises his eyebrow, like, go on.
Okay, so when Orion made the decision to travel through time, I made sure to turn on all sensors and maybe collect some data. When we passed something very interesting, at the right moment in time, something whizzed past us, something that was being sent from the future. And with our technology, I was able to get a good scan off of it. It's got some incredible readings, but I didn't get enough data to be able to match it to anything in the library just quite yet. It had some unique energy to it. And I was able to pull some things, and I haven't come across anything yet that I can see, but the database is so huge. But I was able to get off a few key things like Rex and Zord and Quantum.
Hmm.
It had some wicked readings though, but don't know where it was sent and why it was being sent back through time either. It's very interesting. But with this power reading I got, it wasn't just attached to the device. It was very similar, but then all of around us were the very same readings. It appears to be tied through time. So I'm trying to figure out if I can harness it in some way so we could potentially use that kind of power, because time is infinite in scope. So we could theoretically bolster ourselves enough to where we could probably just take Billy head on. Potentially. I mean, it's a lot of work and it's a lot of iffy stuff, but if you ever go through the library and you do some digging, Rex and Zord, which sword can mean anything. So, I mean, that's like your all's thing here is Zords, but mostly Rex and Quantum. If you ever do any deep diving,
Gotcha. I mean, you figured out how to harness that and gold energy and into from the battery and everything, and gave Charlie his battleizer mode. So I'm
well,
sure you can figure something out from this.
that was different. That power eventually became Charlie's because it was with him for so long and it was there. I could use it in things and pull from it. And I can't even pull from the energy of time. And Orion's been really busy and with everything. I haven't gotten a chance to ask him if he could potentially do that for me yet. And now he's got Marcus in a pocket dimension and everything else. And so, I mean, one, this would make the time travel kind of worth it. So, in retrospect, I mean, probably make him feel better as well about the whole thing. But I feel like there's just something to it. Maybe I just need to do a little bit more deep diving. There's got to be something. I mean, it was a whole object that got whizzed past us. It was too fast to get a clear image, but the data I got was incredible. So, like again, it's just hard to begin to harness it. But I'm gonna figure it out. And if anything, maybe I can ask Orion, and maybe he'll know something about it once he gets a little more time on his hands.
Maybe so.
Is there anything you needed?
I don't know. I was a little bit curious about that when you mentioned it. So
Okay. Well, like I said, if you ever find yourself going through the library or whenever, just try to find two things that match to those words. That'd be really helpful.
got it.
All right.
Luke,
Is that all you're gonna?
yeah, Luke's he seems busy. Luke's just gonna leave him be.
Okay. By the time you come out, the Lone Ranger is awake
Great.
and doing his stretching. So he's stretching and everything, and he's like, "Oh, you couldn't have just, not kicked me out of your bed and left."
If you came into my room without permission. You got into bed with me without permission. Do you know what the word consent means?
I mean, it's the same thing I did back when y'all were living in my place.
Yeah, and you never curled up to me.
Well, I figured it first time for everything, and your door was wide open.
Once again, Charlie was in the med bay. Charlie is my patient.
He was fine. He had his girlfriend. She's right there.
It was just in case.
I mean, he could have knocked or something. I mean, are your doors really locked if Allie's in control of anything? She could have opened it up for him.
That's not the point. It's the you know what? This is a stupid argument. This is a stupid argument.
Hey guys, what are y'all talking about?
Luke kicked me out of his room because he didn't like my cuddles.
Oh, you're still doing that? Hey, we don't do that on the alley.
Your alley sucks.
Hey, whoa! You don't say that ever again. No,
Hey, I'm just saying. I have a trouble sleeping alone.
Have you ever, like, I don't know, thought about getting a body pillow, weighted blanket?
I tried everything. Nothing works.
yeah, I've
You
never
know-
really.
That says a lot about you. Even Marcus let me cuddle him, even though he tried to choke me out in his sleep. But that's because he was having PTSD nightmares.
Charlie gets like real quiet.
Marcus has always been a heavy sleeper. Like, the man could sleep in the middle of a freeway and be perfectly fine. So it doesn't surprise me that he just let you do that. You probably didn't even notice.
Next time I'm gonna try Charlie or Jiraiya or Javier.
You know, you could ask. You could just ask.
I don't think
That ruined.
Javi would mind.
That ruins it. It's supposed to be a surprise, like a nice surprise, like a warm hug or something, you know? It's like, oh, hey, here's a piece of candy, and it's pretty nice. But nah, you got a piece of candy, and you said, fuck you, I hate Skittles, and you ruined my life.
Oh, when he said that he like wanted a warm hug, I know he's talking about sleeping, but I get up and I go and I hug him without.
Oh, you see that? See, just like that. It's a nice warm man. Your work arms are pretty warm. Is that like something to do with your like cat powers?
It
It's
might
pretty
be
nice.
the stuff I did with Marcus.
Either way, this is really nice. This is the nicest I've felt in a while. Come to think of it, having that cat on me and that frog and that other cat made me feel real nice too. Is that a magic cat?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that cat's nice. I'm gonna take that cat. I'm gonna steal it.
You can try, but I don't think that's gonna work. She's attached to me. Oh, I just signed myself up to get kidnapped, didn't I?
Charlie's just gonna wake up aboard the
The
fucking-
copperhead.
just like
Like, oh.
strapped to the bed.
I deserve this. I should have just kept my mouth shut.
You keep getting kidnapped. It's like a bad thing for you. But anyway, so you just gotta,
I know you're not exactly happy with me for kicking you out.
you broke my heart.
Yeah. I know you mentioned maybe postponing our conversation till later. Well, Marcus is presently preoccupied, so he can't, retaliate if we talk.
All right.
But that's if you feel like it.
Mm. Exactly what are we talking about again?
Luke just pinches the bridge of his nose under his glasses. About the conversations you and Marcus had.
All right, those conversations. Ah, Yeah, it's probably for the best considering everything that happened last night. Oh man, he's gonna get pissed at me. Oh,
He
well.
doesn't have to know.
That's true, but when he finds out, and he will find out, he always finds out. He found out the other week that I ate his last Snickers bar. I don't know how he did it. There were the rest of y'all on that ship, but he knew it was me. Little bastard.
I think this is a little bit different than a Snickers bar, but sure.
All right, come on. Where's somewhere we can go that's private?
Unfortunately, I'm going to say my room.
You don't have anything. I guess that's fine. That'll be all right.
Where was he wanting to go?
I don't know. Don't y'all have like a simulation room that can generate much better spaces?
I mean, yeah, sure, we can go there.
All right, hell yeah. So you go downstairs, you take Lone Ranger downstairs. Julie's passed on. Put Julie on the computer. Put the sleeping thing over her. Because she passed out. We'll put her on the floor. She fell out of the chair. This is real nice and fancy. All right, computer. Generate a nice campfire out in the canyon. Probably preferably East Texas. Let's say about 1800s. Dusk. Yeah, that'll do it. So before you is the plains with the canyons and the plateaus. It's dusk. The sun is still going down. It's a nice campfire.
That
Oh,
would be
there we
West.
go.
That would be West Texas.
I mean, West Texas, not East Texas. I'm from East Texas. It's just natural. So he gets down and sits down on this rock next to the fire. All right, now this is where I can spin a tale of woe. I might even use my storytelling voice. All right, what do you want to know?
um, I mean, I guess because this whole thing, right, has to do with what's going on internally with Marcus, right?
Yeah, whatever that is.
Um, I've sat and I've thought and I've thought and I've thought, and like, I get that, like, he doesn't particularly like anybody. He kind of hates everyone. And seeing me probably brings up a whole lot of bullshit. But
Yeah.
it feels like there's more to it than just the past that we potentially had. It feels like it's much deeper why he hates me so much. And like why he was so desperate to get help from Billy.
Ah, well, it's look, it's very complicated. I mean, I expected you to probably ask like, I don't know, anything else. I mean, then again, what else were you gonna ask? Knowing why he hates you is a pretty important question, but it's so important that I don't know if I should be the one to tell you why. Are you sure you really want to travel down this road of heartbreak and sadness from me?
LR, almost every night for the past 4 months, I have had to watch Marcus die in a different way. I have been plagued by this I've seen so much regarding him. Even when I'm awake, I can't escape it. Being around him for a week on your ship, I was hoping maybe there would just be like the tiniest little chance that he would lay off, or that he would, I don't know, regard me in.
All right. Hold
like-
on. I'll tell you this. You get one choice. I can either tell you how he got here and his tragic origin story, or I can tell you why he hates you. You get one for now. Because I don't think I can relive through both, to be honest. And my story is just as tragic. I know, it's sad. I'm too handsome for this. But I can't do both at the same time. It's too heartbreaking.
I guess we'll start with the one that's been eating at me more, which is why does he hate?
Oh, damn, thank God you picked the better one. Well, I think it's the better one. It's kind of hard to say. I'm already starting to get a little teary-eyed just thinking about it. All right, here's the deal. In his words, what he told me, because I asked him what was all going on and how he would feel when you came back, and he was already pissed off and ranting and raving, and he had already told me his tragic origin story, but none of it made sense as to why he hated you. He wanted to save all of his friends, and why the fuck was he sitting here all pissed off when he finally found one? Well, you ain't the first. After this kind of tails into the band of his origin story, but it's important for why he hates you. After he got taken by Billy, not taken against his will, but he got picked up by Billy and decided to go with him on his grandiose mission about destroying the grid and whatnot and fixing everything and reviving his friends. Well, he thought a better team for me to lead would be a team that I led before. But to every single one he went through, and he went through several different versions of all of you, sole survivors of the tragic incident that came before it. Well, they all said no. And he couldn't handle it. He never killed any of them, but he roughed them up quite a bit if occasionally. Just a punch there, maybe a shove, maybe a smack. Slight disappointment, but he could never bring himself to hurt any of them. Yet again, I remained confused. So I asked him again, why are you mad? Because he saw a pattern. Throughout the entire multiverse, every expanse, somewhere, at least once, for all of your friends, they all walk the same path. Well, not the same, psychopaths are different, but at least once, all of them became Psycho Rangers because they wanted to save their friends. They wanted to do whatever it took to bring them all back, especially him. But at the same time, there was one thing he could not fathom, and it pissed him off more than anything. Every single one of your friends became a Psycho Ranger, except you. It boiled his blood so bad that everyone else, Lindsay, Coda, Jackie, himself, would fall down the path of darkness to save your friends, except for you. In his words, what did we even mean to him? Because you were such a goody two-shoes, two-bit lying coward. You wouldn't do and fall down a dark path for your friends, what he considered his only family. Everyone else in any different iteration stood up and did what they had to feel what they had to do was right, except you. And that's why he hates you.
I see. But there's the multiverse is infinite. There's so many different possibilities.
He looked. He said him and Billy both looked. At least one for everybody, some more than others, but zero, zilch for you.
Not a single time.
Apparently not. In most iterations where you live, you just back down. Maybe you become a ranger later. Maybe you don't. Maybe you hang your hat up for the rest of your life. But never a single instance do you follow the psychopath at any expense to bring your friends back.
Mhm.
But it really makes you wonder now. Obviously, he's here. He walked the path. But how exactly did he get here?
Yeah.
What I'm telling you is you picked the wrong one.
What do you mean?
Well, Marcus eventually would have snapped and would have told you why he hated you if you would have pressed enough. His origin story? Well, I don't think he's going to be telling you that anytime soon.
Well, no, of course not.
So you may never find out how he got here.
What would it take for you to tell me?
Oh, well, now that you mention it, there are a few things I would like. And some are harder to get than others, but with your leader being the man that he is, I know he could probably get me exactly what I want. And I know after y'all encountered me, he probably told you about me and what I'm after.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can perhaps convince your gracious leader that maybe helping me catch the Death Ranger and getting my dues, maybe I'll tell you.
That's a hell of an unfair ask.
Is it now? Do you want to know about the tragic backstory of a friend losing all of his teammates through death, but you don't want to help out a sole survivor Green Ranger to help get revenge for his own fallen comrades?
I can ask him, but I don't know what he's gonna say.
Well, maybe if you get your team together and you all say, "Oh, Mr. Orion, the Lone Ranger's been so good to us. Maybe, just maybe, you help him catch death with all your strong powers." Pretty please.
And if you die in the process, then I never get to know.
That's the thing. I would have to tell you and count on your loyalty that you don't double cross me.
I can try my best to ask him and see what he says.
Your best better be you, Charlie, Harvey, Charlie's girlfriend, that Jiraiya fella, perhaps even that Hayakawa fella, who Orion seems to respect. You all go together and say what I said before. Really make him think about it. Because I think with a little persuasion and how much he cared to break a couple of time laws, that he would do this for me.
All right.
Now, when I tell you, you don't want to double cross me, I mean it.
So I go and I talk to the rest of the team. And I try to get them on board with going and talking to Orion to ask him to help you get your revenge.
Also help you get a little more sleep at night. Wouldn't that be nice?
Hold on. Out of character. How does he know that?
That's a good question. Maybe you'll find out if you give him what he wants.
Luke just looks at him, like, confused.
Now I know you're probably wondering how I know that, and no, you don't talk in your sleep. But I know something you don't, that you can only get if you agree to this deal. And it'll explain how I know about your little nightmares. And I know exactly who shows up in them. Because that's the gambit. I tell you now, and you have to deliver.
My only issue is if I'm not able to get everyone on board, and because some things are outside of my control. I can't make them come with me to talk to Orion.
Maybe if you tell them that little old Lone Ranger gave you a piece of information in exchange for some assistance, I think they'll come around right away and say, "Well, Mr. Lone Ranger told you about Marcus's tragic backstory, so mayhaps we want to help him too."
Fair enough.
At this rate, I could just go ask them and they'd probably do it right away.
Fair enough.
So, and he reaches his hand out. Do we have a deal, partner?
Luke shakes his hand.
Yes. All right. Deal's done. You don't do anything about it. You double cross me. I may not live past your friends and perhaps Orion, but you will die. Now, to start with the obvious elephant in the room about how I know. First off, nah, we'll wait. You'll put the pieces together. All right. And then out of nowhere, the fire the campfire smell lights up. It all starts back to about 99, 2000. The whole tragedy happened in 03, didn't it?
Yes.
Around this time of 99 and
No,
2000.
2002 is when it happened. 02.
Yeah, multiverse. But all right. 99 to 2000, Marcus started to have weird dreams. He wasn't quite sure what they meant. But when he saw these things, he started to recognize a pattern. He was being shown tidbits of the future and things that could happen, and how to solve great threats, beat certain enemies that seemed to be nearly unbeatable. He came off as one fantastic leader. Now, everybody thought, you included, Marcus was just a great leader. He didn't want to weigh down anybody with the thoughts of these dreams and these visions. So he didn't, in case he saw something bad. But so far, he was like, I'm hitting my stride. I'm seeing good things. And then in 01, he saw something he could not comprehend: the death of all of his teammates. Coming soon. Only the hints of graduation and the dates, looming time frames. He had a year to solve it. And he tried. As much as he made to instill anything or change the course, only the small details changed, but the deaths remained. Him, the sole survivor, a forest on fire, all alone. He tried his hardest. Anything he could do. He even tried killing the man responsible, only for it to not change and that man pop right back up because of his many lives. He panicked and he went to your mentor, Arbor. Arbor told him that sometimes visions are iffy. Sometimes you can't change it till the very moment that it happens, and sometimes you can't change them. It's all for a greater purpose. The grid and everything works in mysterious ways, like they tell people at churches, right before they also ask for a ton of money as well. So Marcus just had to sit with it. Arbor told him that telling all of y'all might cause panic, might cause you to die a lot sooner than later. So, as time got closer, Marcus got real desperate. Real desperate. So he sat there with thoughts before he went to bed, and for the first time, he saw a positive change. So he decided to act on those thoughts. Marcus managed to get a meeting with a villain you're all too familiar with, Mr. Darkonda Many Lives himself. Marcus asked Darkonda to send a message to his great, fearful leader. What would it take to make sure his friends lived? Darkonda came back about a week or so later with Malagor's proposal. You break down the defenses and you let him settle his grudge match with Arbor once and for all. Y'all will all go free. Marcus believed it, but there was a catch. Marcus had to do it himself. Imbued with the flame from Malagor that Darkonda passed into Marcus's blade, the morning of graduation, Marcus went there, disabled all of the technology Jackie had set up so Arbor could not communicate, and set him ablaze with the flame. Marcus left, but the moment Malagor knew his flame touched the very fabric of Arbor, he seized the opportunity and attacked, and made sure nobody lived. Except one. Marcus, enraged at the deal that they had made being broken, Malagor pinned it on Darkonda. saying Darkonda was trying to do a power play. It was kind of true. Darkonda had very much intent to kill Malagor and take his place after he killed his cousin. He offered him a deal. I'll give you the power you need to kill Darkonda. And while you do that, you will also serve as my general. And until then, you'll wait, and I'll bring your friends back. So after getting the power infused with him to become the Red Psycho Ranger, Marcus went on a killing spree of Darkonda and hunted him down. And then he waited, and he waited, and he waited. It never came. Promises upon promises. Marcus grew agitated. And on a fateful day, Mr. Billy 1C came down and told Marcus he was lied to. Thrown into a rage, Marcus killed Malagor with the very power he imbued him with, and left that universe desolate and destroyed in its wake, as he left with Billy to actually save his friends. And it's funny because he said in your universe you were the only survivor. And similar events played out. Probably not a stretch to assume that maybe the Marcus of your universe did the exact same thing. But he died for it instead. So that way no one would ever know the crimes he committed against his own mentor. All that to save his friends. Knowing all that, what you gonna do now?
I don't know. It's a lot to take in.
Well, it sure is, ain't it? But remember, we had a deal.
I know.
I'm gonna leave you here with your thoughts. I heard y'all got toaster tarts. And he's going to walk out of the simulation. Damn, she really passed out in here.
uh,
And there it is.
You said the line. You said the line.
I did say the line because it's an important line.
Doo-doo-doo.
Lone Ranger's gonna put a blanket over Julie, nothing else.
Hmm.
And then he's gonna go eat all of Charlie's toaster tarts.
Yeah. There's a reason why Julie doesn't like going to sleep.
I can tell. But anyway,
Yeah.
Luke, what are you doing?
Well, so I suppose he got 3 answers, actually.
What's the third answer? What's the third question?
That's not Luke's Marcus.
Yeah, you now know that too. But you also know how Lone Ranger knows about your dreams and who you probably see, because Marcus has similar visions, which is also how he knows he's going to die.
Yeah. Hmm.
But
I mean,
go ahead.
no, go ahead.
We're gonna give Luke a moment to process that revelation of murder. And is there anything else? Oh, well, Charlie's already starting to fight. I see that. I saw it's too late. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. He's gonna get you. You can't run away to Orion's room. What's Orion gonna do? He's not even in there.
I thought I was gonna have a talk with Orion.
Oh yeah, that's right. We still have a bit of time. We can give Luke the moment to process all this info while your toaster tarts are raided. So Luke is left in a Texas West Canyon desert, just a campfire going. Also, I meant to take time to pause and describe that within the fire you were seeing that the events play out
Oh,
that
that's
he
cool.
was saying. So I just kept forgetting to stop and pause. So everything he talked about for Marcus's origin, you were seeing within the fire being played out as it happened. Somehow the Lone Ranger took control of the simulation and just poured what he assumed the events looked like. And it was kind of told in a really neat fashion as he said it. So you kind of got to see, Marcus panicking, him feeling good about himself, the panic, and then your friends and yourselves, and him murdering Arbor. And then, and then also going back to kill Darkonda permanently. Which ties into the lore drop I sent where him and Jason said, I'm hunting you the same way you hunted down my friends. Does it hurt? Going full circle. And then, the betrayal, the other murder of Malagor, but that's not really murder. Let's not count that. That's free game. So yeah, you just sit there and you can unravel that for a second while Orion probably deletes Charlie's memory. Anyway, so you go upstairs and the door's not locked. It kind of opens up right as you approach it. Charlie.
Orion?
Allie pops up. It says, just have a seat on the couch. He's still kind of waking up. I gotta hope he puts on pants. And she cuts around the corner. Don't forget to put on pants.
Hey, I already saw Carl. See
Uh,
Lion Man's junk one day and then a Tiger Man's junk the next.
She comes back around, running around on the air. He put on pants.
God.
So you hear the thud of him getting out of bed, and then the thud, and what like a lion yawn. I don't know if you ever heard a lion yawn before, or a tiger yawn specifically. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It's just a big, ferocious yawn as he cuts the corner, smacking his tiger tongue and his lips. Well, Charlie, I watched your memory, and it does help me a bit to understand what to do with Marcus. I have to process this a bit, but you can't tell anyone.
Yeah, Allie was telling me that I needed to keep it a secret, but I mean, shouldn't we tell Luke? Like, wouldn't that give Luke some hope that his friend is still in there?
It would, but at this moment, if Marcus learns about what his affliction is, Marcus himself may know what he needs to do, and he may not need me anymore, which means he won't have to play nice anymore. And even then, if that being is indeed some form of Malagor infused into Marcus's body, his spirit. Malagor is a sore loser. He will erupt, taking everything within this vicinity. Well, I'll survive, but everything within this vicinity besides me and Dulcinea with him.
I guess that makes sense, but yeah, I guess we don't really know if that really is Malagor's essence or if it's some sort of memory that maybe Marcus is holding on to. I don't really understand that much about Psycho Rangers.
They are very delicate beings. Marcus, that could be something deep within Marcus. Maybe Malagor told him. Maybe something happened to him that made him trust Malagor with the very fabric of his being. Maybe he did die, and Malagor is the one who raised him from the dead. We don't know.
Well,
But, Charlie, I'm going to tell you something. And you may have guessed at it. Everyone must have may have guessed at it. And this may not sway you in anything at all, but I've been afraid to say this. But after talking to the Lone Ranger, I know for a fact that isn't Luke's Marcus.
I mean, does that even... Well, I guess it does matter.
For some people, it wouldn't. They are unable to separate seeing another version of someone they care about from a different universe. And yes, they could be very similar. I don't know what universe he's from or how close he is to Luke's, but I don't know fully if that hope that this is the same Marcus he knew before may be swaying Luke's emotions, and I do not wish to sway them any further.
Well, that's... I mean, even if it doesn't affect Luke, you saw that scared little boy. I know that's maybe just like a memory inside of Marcus, but even if he's not Luke's Marcus, he's still in there. He still needs to be saved.
I'm going to do what I can. When I go to talk to Marcus in the pocket dimension, I'm going to do the same thing you did.
Well, I'm glad that you saw my memory, so at least you'll be prepared visually, but it's very intense in there. If you can handle it, that's great, but if you need backup, I'm here.
No, thank you, but I'm going to see what I can do. If might be simple. I could just be able to rip it out and kill it. But with the way that the boy was huddled around the fire, I'm not sure that it's that simple. That boy, that is Marcus, was huddled around it as if his life depended on it.
Yeah, he could try to protect the fire.
Not that. Marcus may not know it, but that could be the only thing keeping him alive.
The dark saber with Ed.
And if we remove it, he could die. Maybe not instantly, but his power would whittle until he was nothing. And usually, I wouldn't think about this. If the boy hadn't been there, I would have had no issue trying to kill the monster within, potentially killing Marcus. But seeing that boy, that is Marcus, it changed my mind. Even without knowing it, you peered deep into how Marcus sees himself. As much as he puts on a front, he's scared of what's happening to him, and he's scared he won't be able to save his friends. Because that's what it told you. I just wanted to save them.
Orion. I know this might seem dumb or hopeless or whatever, but Malagor was really powerful, right? And Marcus found some way to sort of defeat him. You're powerful. Like, what if we somehow replaced the fire with something else that was like a different source of light that could maybe sustain him?
it's not really so much the light, it's the raw power. Malagor is usually not as powerful as his cousin, but after reading Luke's mind, it appears in Luke's timeline Malagor killed Dark Spectre and consumed him to gain his strength, amplifying himself greater than what Dark Spectre ever was in most instances. It may be possible Malagor cheated death, or potentially when he made Marcus, if Malagor, we could be assuming too much about the similarities of the universe. That could be Dark Spectre. But either way, between the two, when he broke Marcus down, he may have cheated Marcus to where he could never betray him. And Marcus just somehow pulled it off. These could be remnants of some kind of kill switch he didn't get to do. Some way of just turning Marcus off and killing him outright. Malagor was always a sore loser, so this tracks for him more than Dark Spectre. But I'll really have to go in and see for myself.
All right, I understand the weight of this a little bit more now. Thanks for explaining that.
As soon as I know anything, after what I talk to Marcus, as I try to peer into his soul, if I need your help or if I figure out anything, I will let you know. And depending on what happens, everyone else.
Understood. Thank you.
Anyway, so we're going to close that game with something y'all aren't aware of. Back on Earth, the Earth y'all are currently orbiting, Jackie comes home from doing some early morning grocery shopping. But unfortunately for Jackie, someone is waiting in her home.
Oh no!
Someone is waiting in her home. And that's it. That's all y'all get to know. Someone was waiting for her to come back.